Can't be bothered. Anyway, we're back. Welcome back, fellow adventurers and viewers. To the all of you who watch it. It's just you guys and me, I think. But who knows? You know, the future proofing it. Welcome back to the world-renowned series, The Shiny Boys. We're back again for our bi-weekly content. Or semi-weekly content?
Shiny.
Fortnightly content, I think.
Fortnightly content.
I don't know. Anyway.
Bi-weekly is twice a week, I'm pretty sure.
I would like
Something obnoxious.
you and Aylin, Lily, to roll some recap rolls for me, because you guys are the only ones who were here last session.
Can I maybe let Aylin do it? Because we talked about this and my notes are not as good as his, so...
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry.
Nah, go for it.
Okay, so currently here, we've got Baron, Jade, Core, Ilya, Willie, Kronk, Tome of Nature, and Evening Cloud.
Oh,
we
so
have
many people.
Rest. Is quieter, and the monster body is still there. Cloud addresses the Barlgora in the room. Core looks at the creature and determines it's a large type of demon or fiend.
And that's all that happened last game.
Yeah, like,
that's all.
I've got like another page and a half of notes. So.
Hell yeah, let's go through it.
Core summons a hummingbird as a familiar and uses it to investigate the island. He gets a good view of the orc campsite on the other side of the island. There's more tents than orcs, and not enough orcs around for the amount of work that's been done, so something's not quite adding up. Also, there's a glowing pond in the middle of the camp and a rowboat. Which I almost typed as robot because of the...
There's a robot.
I thought that's what you said originally, that there was a robot, and I was like, oh.
High fantasy.
God, I must have bad memory. I already forgot that I put a robot into the game.
I forgot there was mecha in this game.
Oh yes, high fantasy, mecha, robots, the three genders.
Core suggests that the orcs might have caught on that we're on the island and might have sent people to see what the commotion was and that we should move. Not all of us are probably great at hiding up trees, so definitely moving. Cloud doesn't know Ilya's name and calls them Leah. Ilya wants to know if Core saw what the orcs are using the wood for. Core didn't see what it's being used for, but the amount of wood being chopped isn't matching up. So, also, Lady Valentine is green, but not like orc green, but like lightly enameled green. I don't know.
Slightly nauseous green.
Who's Lady Valentine?
Who's this?
So from the one shot,
Yeah.
Lady Valentine was the person who was
Yeah.
had a very strong fashion sense and was ordering Captain Stronghand around.
Who's Captain Stronghand?
No, I remember this.
Wait. Captain Stronghand is the leader of the bandits.
You know
But
what
also-
I'm about to ask next. Who are the bandits?
They're the one who
Okay,
sent us on this mission to get the
in this
fruit.
game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Session 1, the oh god, sorry. Session 1, the bandits. We fought them in the tavern that.
They were bandits,
Cloud
right?
owned.
Okay. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and
I'm having a -1
were-
intelligence moment right now, failing my intelligence roll.
You're doing well.
Okay,
Dude, we're having a
I
whole
say that really
a whole
all the
campaign.
time.
We
recap.
fought the bandits.
So just a general
okay, yeah,
overall.
Just continue.
so we went and we found their camp and whatnot, and Captain Stronghand was like, I want this fruit, so which we'll get into in just a minute. So Captain Stronghand wants a boat. Maybe the orcs are building a boat, but he doesn't know that the orcs have the fruit. But also there's no real sign of a boat either, so Core thinks it's a good line of thought, but we need to keep moving while we discuss, because again, there's probably people looking for us, maybe. Tom asks for the plan, and Eli's variation of the plan is get fruit, get boat, get back to capital, don't get arrested. Tom asks if we know who she's wearing right now is like a people suit.
Oh my god.
Hate that. And wonders if she's going to be in trouble or not. Core knows about necromancy and that it's taboo on the material plane. And there's a teleportation circle in the water and maybe we should go to the necromancer, and nobody wants to go to the necromancer, but the cops are coming. So
The cops are coming.
Cancel that. We don't want to go to the necromancer, but
The
the cops are
police.
coming.
Open up! FBI, we've got the information.
yeah, the cops are coming, and if we tell them about the necromancer, they'll go deal with it instead of us.
Logic. They definitely won't arrest you.
And Cloud points out the body of the Barlgura is starting to flatten and the blood is oozing out, but not like actual blood, like goo from the weird dimension we were in when we were in a dream that wasn't a dream. And the body is starting to melt like tar. And that's just gross. And we're like, no. So we start moving. And Core spots a dark red splotch in the distance, and surprise, surprise, it is the spooky cloaked person's horse. It doesn't look like it's been through water, so we have no idea how it's gotten there. Core lets us know about the horse, and Ayla likes his chance better with the orcs than the necromancer, who's probably, possibly, maybe looking for Tone. Core wants to go befriend the horse and turns into a child and takes Cloud with him.
Horses like children.
Oh, uncomfortable react.
Oh no.
The horse is gonna punt you.
Oh my god.
You're small enough to not be a threat to it anymore.
He was already small enough not to be a threat, let's be honest. I think I was taller than Core when I was like 12. Let's be honest.
Ilya hides up a tree but keeps watching because distance fighter, keeping people alive. As Core and Cloud approach the horse, blinding white light fills the horse's eyes and it stares at them. Then the glow disappears and it wanders off. And then Core looks around and doesn't see anybody around. And then the horse has teleported 60 feet away somehow.
Core decides he doesn't like horses as much as Neff and is creeped out.
The horse sees them again, and its eyes do that glowing thing, and then it becomes a normal horse again. And Core continues to attempt to befriend this horse, and it eats the grass. Core gets a weird sensation with his ring. It tightens and leaves a bruise. Also, there's some weird, creepy whispering.
Quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the ring tightened before, but it's never done like this type of demonic whispering. So Core's like, nah, and leaves the group, leaves the horse alone, and returns to the group. And Ilya saw the horse vanish and nothing else. Cloud, who doesn't know about magic, asks Core if he was the one who made the horse teleport around. Core did not. There we go. So we regroup on the beach, and we can see the inside of the atoll there. And Core fills in the rest of the group about the ring and the horse and the demonic creepy voices. Core sees ways out in the middle of the distance of the atoll on the water. There's a little dot and a light scan over like the horse's vision did previously. Little speck disappears with a splash, and Core thinks there's somebody watching us. And we see that the water in the center of the atoll is actually kind of glowing. The light vanishes and the water goes very, very dark. Tom thinks that the teleportation circle has activated, and then the light restores to the atoll. And we're like, that's creepy, and let's just not be here. So we go to find the fruit at the orcs camp. Core thinks it's in the glowing pond, and we skirt around to the orcs camp, see a lot of tree stumps and a lot less cover, and a lot of footprints. And the orcs are just kind of hanging out. Ilya volunteers to sneak through the camp and steal the fruit for whatever reason.
Why do I feel like that went wrong?
It almost did,
go on.
but that was some fun content.
Core sends his familiar to supervise, which is a good plan. Ilya sees the tents and the orcs in the glowing, muddy pond. Ilya's looking for fruit, but also will steal any other food items. Tries to investigate, and it's a dirty one. Ilya rips up the back of a tent out of the ground, I have a negative intelligence, okay?
Wonderful. That's the same as Lincoln.
I love the dirty one idea. That's so funny. I never thought of that.
I think I rolled
That's
a
a
31.
dirty one.
Yep. Ilya rips the back of the tent out of the ground, which, even without that one investigation, that's probably what they would have done anyway. And sneaks inside, where luckily there's nobody inside. There's some stone knives, no books, no paper, but there's some grains or seeds in a pile. Ilya puts 3 of them in his mouth. They are sharp and tasteless, and Ilya spits them out, and they start glowing on the ground. So Ilya stamps on them to try and put them out. They're still glowing. Kor's bird flies out to see the pond and sees an orc looking around, so the bird starts pecking Ilya to get them to stop. Ilya takes the bag of seeds and eats out of the camp stealthily. Kor's bird flies over and takes a look at the pond. There's spiked sour fruits growing in the pond. We found the fruits. And
Hell
that's
yeah,
what's
boys.
making the pond glow. Kor's bird and Ilya make it back to the rest of the group. They find this. Ilya found the seeds and Kor found the fruit. Seeds get us money. Fruit gets us good with Captain Stronghand. So there's our plan right there. Our plan to get rid of the orcs, which I think was pretty great.
Oh, I remember that now. Oh boy.
Kor and Ilya tag team to use thaumaturgy and minor illusion to make the sounds of a volcano erupting. And like the tremors in the earth. The 6 orcs get scared away and row away in their boat and don't return. And still haven't returned. We harvest all the fruit in the pond, and Kor finds orc bones in the pond. Of like, I think 1.5 orcs. And so we have 60 of the fruit at this point. Ilya emptied all their rocks to make more room to carry fruit, and we make bags out of the tents. And we get our boats from the other side of the island before taking a rest in the shelter of the trees near the orc camp. Specifically, Ilya and Kor were going to sleep in trees. And night watches next setch. Da-da-dun, that's us.
Yes, that's where we ended off. We're starting off right at the beginning of the Night Watches, but before we do, 2 things I want to quickly get out of the way. First of all, from here onwards, if there are less than 3 players playing, then we'll skip the session. Because last session that we did was a 2-player session, so it was kind of short. The other thing, what would have the other 2 who weren't here have been doing during that time? If you guys want to retcon some stuff in, or ask any questions related to anything that went on, feel free.
So, yes. There's a lot of people here, many of whom I don't remember who they are, because I thought we were just with Tome and Cloud, those 2, and then the party. But now I've heard like 12 million different names,
Okay,
and I'm very confused.
So a quick rundown. You guys are there with Tome of Nature, who's Captain Featherbeard Zombie, basically. You're there with Cloud because you brought him along. And the only other 2 NPCs that are with you are the Goblin and the Bugbear, the 2 that you initially encountered.
Okay, yeah, I remember them.
Yeah.
So then, what is Captain Strong?
So
Captain.
Were you there when
this lady?
Okay, so Lady Valentine is from the one shot that these guys did. I don't remember if we did a recap for that when you came back afterwards. You guys can kind of sort of go over that at some point. That was when they got the gold symbols on their wrists that they didn't transfer to you. So we might have to go over that as well, because I don't think.
Well, if one-shot stuff does have canon stuff in it, then it's probably important that we make sure it's all in one place, or at least communicated somewhere. So that was good to know. I think it'd be good to go through it at some point.
Yeah, for sure. So she was in that, but she's kind of sort of irrelevant at this point. She just looked like in the one shot like she was Captain Stronghand's superior. Captain Stronghand, I think you've met. When you guys were you with the party when you all infiltrated the camp kind of north of the town, or were you not there for that? When they initially talked to him in the tent where he was eating the sour fruit. I don't know if we recapped that or not, but right after the first session, in the second session, after you guys kind of left, the bandits that you fought, you ended up going into the forest.
After the first session, I went off on my farm adventure. Yeah.
So that session that you were gone.
I didn't meet him. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys went and were there at the at the kind of the camp where all the bandits were. All those guys, the guys that you fought, they were all located in the forest, and you found that, by accident mostly, found the place where they were located and kind of infiltrated that area. Somehow managed to get through without initiating any battles, which I was surprised by a lot in that second session. But the guy who seemed to be kind of in charge of that group of, no good bandits in the forest, that guy was Captain Stronghand, and he was initially kind of like mysterious, and he refused to kind of answer any questions or give any information, and he offered to the party, in exchange for communication with them, I guess, he asked for either gems or to find the fruit that he was eating somewhere on the island. He didn't know exactly where it was, or that's what he said, and you guys picked the fruit option because I think Core didn't want to give up gems.
Sounds about right.
And if you were there in the tent, then has he mentioned the
wasn't.
gem option? Or, okay.
I wasn't, because I went on my adventure, remember?
Yes, I remember now, actually, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't there until I reunited with them once they were already halfway through their adventure.
yeah, so that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's where the tasks came in. He's not with you guys or anything like that. He's still away. You guys are only with those 4 NPCs.
Okay.
The goblin, the bugbear,
Then
and Cloud and Tome.
I would have just been child-minding everyone, making sure that Cloud doesn't die, and the bugbear is fine, and all that stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I think it went pretty smoothly then. Baron, what would you have been doing in this time?
I would have been. I don't know, fraternizing.
Wait, okay, give me an idea of what you mean by that.
So were we with the orcs? Remember how?
Not with the orcs.
You guys fought some orcs when you initially came to the island.
I know. Wait, you?
Are you talking about the goblins?
Yes. Was I talking about the goblins? Like we
Not
slept
better.
at houses. Remember?
I remember. Oh, this is... I don't know why, but I'm
Sessions
already
ago.
upset.
Yeah,
okay.
I like this.
Fraternizing.
Alright. I think that's probably as much description as I need. Cool. Sure. Wait, but that wouldn't have happened during the session. The only goblin there is Krunk. I forgot who...
Fraternizing with Kronk!
Okay, maybe I was
Isn't Baron like straight TM?
I mean,
No.
you guys haven't asked for Krunk's pronouns, but I think I've kind of revealed them by using them.
It's
Yeah,
just
you
G-rated
prefer-
stuff.
Say
He
again.
was probably into Kronk and the bugbear.
And the bugbear.
The bugbear.
Yeah, I'm into it. Alright, then I'm making sure that nothing untoward happens between Baron, Kronk, and the bugbear.
Wait, okay, so,
I'm gonna cry.
so you were just chilling out with Krunk. Alright, you know what? I just
We're
want
just
to...
having
Bugbear.
I think we're just
Wait,
having
and
a
the
chill
bugbear.
sesh.
Yes. Emphasis bugbear as well.
Okay,
Bugbear's
The
roll...
bugbear is also involved in this session.
Oh my god. Okay, before we even continue with anything, Baron, can you just roll me like a retroactive charisma check for me? I just want to see how this all went.
Oh no.
You know what? You have you can speak Goblin. You've had some experience with goblins at this point. I'll let you roll with advantage if you like. Just because I love this line of thought.
my thing first. Yeah, my character page. Swords.
Here, look at. Oh, you need to add your new Baron to the character thing. By the way, I'll send you a
Oh,
link
yeah.
again.
I linked you my character.
Yeah, I have the sheet, but I want you to add it into the campaign thing so that I can just really easily access it and remove
You
old
said
Baron.
with advantage, right?
Yeah, with advantage.
Yes.
True 20.
You did natural
It's really
20.
good.
Oh my god.
Good.
Yeah, Krunk kind of blushes when he's around you, and you know what? The bugbear is kind of pretty. The bugbear is kind of stoic, but he seems to like you.
Yes.
Also, you're the only one in the party who can actually communicate properly with Krunk, so there's that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now that that's out of the way, now that I have this interesting information with me, the scene you guys find yourselves in. So where we left off last time, it was very pitch black at this point, like dead of night. You managed to make your way a little bit further away from that camp that you had just discovered and stolen 60 pieces of fruit from. I don't actually remember how much now. A lot of fruit. So you have a crap ton.
And they're all football sized, right?
Yeah, roughly. They kind of vary in size
Hang
and
on.
shape a bit.
What?
They're very light.
Carry them.
Oh.
I'll let you decide how you guys are carrying them, but yeah, I'll allow it. They're not very heavy.
We made bags with the tents.
Oh yeah, okay. You guys have
Cole's
like
only carrying like
huge.
4.
You guys are like little mini Santas, but your only presents are the sour fruits that you're delivering for all the naughty children.
You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out.
Oh my god. Okay, so it's pitch dark. You look around. You're taking in the sea breeze on this small island, as it's kind of been up to this point. Since it's such a small little portion, it's entirely surrounded by sea. You get a fresh breath of sea air every time you inhale and exhale. Looking around, you can see a clear, dark sky, all the stars in the sky. No light pollution whatsoever. It's generally peaceful. Looking around into the center of the atoll, you get the glow from that teleportation circle that you're presuming is there from what Tome of Nature seems to have sort of said about it. Generally, it seems pretty peaceful. You can't hear much of anything else around where you are. All the commotion has sort of died down with those few orcs that fled the scene. Whether or not there are any more orcs on the island is hard to say at this point. But at this point, you guys are pretty much ready for night watches. So, who wants to take night watches?
I will.
Alright, you want to go first?
Sure.
Sweet, alright. So, Jade going first. Who's next?
I'll take it.
Next, because I need time to do my night
I'm
routine.
just gonna get a drink.
Alright, so Jade, Ilya, and then Baron, and then it will be morning. Let's say three people's go for this. Alright.
I get beauty sleep.
Which is important. Oh boy.
Not that he needs it.
I need to find my dream sheet. Let's see. Oh, they're all the way back at the start. Alright, cool. Well, I gotta wait for Jade to come back. So as you guys kind of get ready and get rested, I'm guessing you're perching yourselves up on the top of the trees again as you've been doing up to this point?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Jade, you're staying awake. As everybody else is going to sleep, you're getting ready to take your first night... Well, I was gonna say first night watch of the night, but you're only taking one, I'm presuming. Could you please roll for me a d12 and tell me what you get?
I certainly can.
Hold on, where's my
This
d12?
is my half pint of sangria. First of the evening.
Oh, you're frozen on my end.
D12.
Yeah, frozen as well.
Me?
Yeah. Well, you...
Well, at least I'm looking good.
You're frozen like this position.
It was kind of... It was like PowerPoint slideshowing through it, so we got some good things.
I have rolled my dice.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 6.
Ooh. I mean, neutral face.
Yeah.
I'm the worst DM, I'm sorry.
Have
Alright.
you been on the how to scale your players DM Reddit? Because it's wonderful.
Oh, is it just... Well, I just like roll anything, it's just like, ooh.
Like,
Oh
I'm just
no!
constantly-
Oh my god! And it's just like, you just missed the roll entirely.
I have some real good stuff.
It's the smiles that get me.
Okay, so as you sort of take your night watch, you take in the atmosphere, you take in the scenery around you. As a monk, you're familiar with, like, you know, getting back down to earth and zenning out.
I pick up a really pretty pine cone off the ground. I like look at it, smile, and then I accidentally hold it a little bit too tight and it just shatters in my hand and I'm just like,
Oh, what did I say?
it's one of my personality traits. I'm always picking things up, absentmindedly fiddling with them, and sometimes accidentally breaking them.
As you kind of crush the pine cone, you look around, looking at the lack of pine trees, and think, man, this is kind of weird. And the pine cone was Karul all along. No, Okay, you take in your
That
surroundings.
has to come into canon one day.
You're chilling. I was a pine cone. I bet you never expected this.
His next appearance is just going to be shape-shifting from a pike.
No, okay. So, you kind of take this in, and you're chilling. And as you're sort of looking around and keeping a watchful eye on the things, nothing much happens for a little while. But then after kind of a short while passes, looking around, you don't see much wildlife. It's kind of pretty relaxed on this island. Not much activity going on. Looking into the distance, kind of into the trees, you do see little flashes of light kind of coming through the trees, as if somebody's shining a torch around. Now, torches like themselves don't exist, but I'm just giving you that as an example of sort of an illustration of what this kind of looks like a spotlight shining through occasionally. Just a little
I
bit further away from...
Stand up and I go to investigate.
Alright, stand up, you're working
I will
through.
stealth over there.
Alright, roll stealth for me.
Pass without a trace. 27 plus 5. 32.
Okay, you disappear, and you just vanish from the campaign, and that's the end of your character. You just disappear. Now, you start making your way through the forest, kind of trying to track where this light is coming from. It's almost kind of hard to tell, like, which direction it's kind of emanating from, because it's kind of pointing around and lighting up a bit. And then it sort of dims down immediately, as you've been kind of just sort of trying to follow it for a little bit. Seems like it's kind of close by. And it lights up again, and then sporadically kind of disappears and lights back up, as if it's turning on and off.
Can I make a perception check, please?
Yeah, go for it. Make a perception check.
I'm looking for the source of the light.
Do you have night vision out of
17
curiosity?
again.
Nice.
I don't, but if there's a light, I'm assuming I can see.
Yep.
Unless I can't, then.
I'll.
Yeah, no, I don't have dark vision.
No, it should be all good.
So, okay.
With your
17 plus perception is 4, so 21.
Ooh, okay. With your pretty good perception, keeping a keen eye on, like, you know, taking into account where it's kind of at its most dense, the light, if that makes sense, at its most concentrated point, you see where it's coming from. Looking around, you finally gauge the target, and it hasn't noticed you, it seems like, and it looks like it's emanating from a horse. And you can tell from the light kind of bouncing off the trees and its surroundings that it's a red horse. And you do
Red
recognize
horse?
this as the horse that the hooded figure that you initially encountered in the first session rode upon. And
Fuck.
you're kind of looking at it from where you are. You're kind of a short distance away, maybe 20 feet at this point. The trees are pretty dense, so you can fairly easily hide and shift around without it having a look at where you are. It's not facing you, it's facing away, and it looks like it's coming from its head. And
I want.
yes.
Go on.
I was going to say, the kind of flashing, you get an idea now that it seems to kind of disappear whenever the horse blinks, and it reappears as soon as it opens its eyes. So that's kind of like how the strobe effect is coming in a bit.
Do I see the hooded figure anywhere?
Carrying your perception over, you take kind of like a quick glance around, scanning your surroundings to see if you notice any other figures around, and it doesn't look like there's anything else in the near proximity to where you are. Even the light flashing around, keeping an eye on kind of making sure it doesn't look at you or spot you anywhere, tracking where the light is kind of lighting up the rest of the trees in the island through the forest, you don't see anything other than this horse.
Okay, then I am going to beeline it back to the group, because if he's not there, I don't know where he is. I don't like that. I don't like that we're exposed. I'm going to first wake up Core, of course.
Okay, wait.
No one else really matters to me at this point.
Alright, so you turn around and you start running back, and at this point, you kind of see the lights, you've walked out maybe 60 feet into the forest, and now you're kind of starting to walk back. As you start to walk back, you see the lights coming from in front of you.
Lugging it if I can. From in front of me?
Yeah. They kind of start to emerge from the trees.
Hang on, I turn around. Are the lights there still?
Nope. They disappeared from where they once were.
I freeze and crouch.
Alright, you crouch.
Stealth check?
No, you can carry your stealth for now. Unless you want to do an action that will take you out of stealth.
I think I want to. I think what I want to try and do is I want to try and get it away from the direction of our group. Can I just take... I'll get my crowbar, because I have that.
Mm-hmm.
And can I just throw it so that it'll hit something far away? I want to try and throw it as far as I can, so that it makes a noise on the other side, as far away from my group as possible.
Yeah, sure. You can make an appropriate check of your choice that you think suits this. Thinking maybe dexterity, athletics, acrobatics.
Athletics, or well, acrobatics would be. I definitely think it's acrobatics. Actually, I'm really going for the the swing on it. It's more about the technique, which is why I think it's athletics.
Okay, go for it. I'll let you do it.
Okay.
9.
9! 4 on the dice plus 5. I tried my best. Good night, everyone. It's been a fun game.
Alright, so you throw this crowbar. It makes kind of a whoosh sound as you throw it through the air. Not very loud, but kind of still distinct. And it makes kind of a mute but audible noise as it hits like the trunk of a tree. Maybe mute isn't the right word. Kind of like a dull, like a thud as the metal hits the tree trunk. Kind of like hitting it with a hammer. And you see the lights kind of turn to the tree. And they kind of slowly pan over where you're kind of crouching.
Okay. In that moment where they turn towards the tree,
Mm-hmm.
Could I have attempted to stealth away?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You can either roll. Okay, how do you want to do this? Do you just want to stealth away? I'll let you do another stealth check if you want, with advantage because you're already stealthed.
Okay, so if I'm already stealthed and it's not seen me and that didn't
Yeah,
trigger at the
it
time,
hasn't. It still hasn't seen you. So I'll let you. Like, what do you want to do? You
just
just
gonna
want.
go. Well, because I thought that using the object would break my stealth, but if it's not broken my stealth, I will continue on my merry way.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Yes, I'll make it back to the group, going to call.
All right, you make it back to the group, and you see the horse kind of scanning around, and you make it back to Core. Do you want to wake Core up?
Call. Call. Call.
Call. Like
I'm talking at the same,
down the tree.
same monotonous call.
Wait, can I roll to see if that wakes me up?
If you'd like. I don't know how this would work.
If
It's a very quiet, monotonous voice.
I rolled a 4. That's not gonna wake me up.
Okay. Anyone else hearing this? Baron's probably on the ground, right? Because you didn't say you were up in the tree.
Baron's on the ground.
Queenie, you're on the ground. Okay. You could probably hear it. I don't know.
Maybe let me roll to see if I hear it.
Sure. I mean, I'm not the DM.
I mean, sure, we can roll it here.
Oh yeah, I got 15, so I heard it. I think.
Call. Oh, hello, Baron. Baron.
Uh,
Baron. There's a demon horse behind us.
okay.
And Baron, as you say that, the lights kind of scan over you. You specifically.
Oh, fuck. Can I attempt to use my body as a human shield?
Yeah, go for it. You can pop out of stealth and hop in front of Baron. And you do this. You jump in front of Baron.
Do I want to?
Do you want to?
For Baron? Yeah, I'll do it for Baron. Why not?
Alright, Jade, you jump in front of Baron. Baron, you're being
Please,
protected.
Baron will see Core eventually.
You're being protected by a jade shield. It's very, actually, impenetrable. I've got to say. It's a very strong shield. One of the strongest kinds. I don't even know if we can get an item like this. This is actually pretty cool. And the horse kind of stares at you with its spotlight eyes. And it doesn't. You can kind of sort of see it. It's very hard to as it's kind of shining its light right at you. But its eyes are sort of glazed over at this point. And you notice that its movements, like its head and its kind of legs and stuff, are very kind of unnatural. Not like the horses generally move in a very sort of, kind of a rigid, stiff, kind of almost puppet-like movement. And it stares at you for a little bit. And then the lights sort of fade. And it kind of turns to like a normal horse mode for a little bit.
Give it grass.
And it sort of like turns around. As you're watching this horse, it's kind of like seems like it's kind of dazed and confused a little bit. And then the lights come back and they start to glow again, and the horse sort of looks like it loses its it sort of falls back into the trance that it was in when you saw it initially. And you hear
Baron,
a sort of Yeah, go for it.
Nah. Sorry, because from my end you cut out for like a solid second. I thought you were done talking. I don't
Okay, no.
you.
As you're sort of like watching the horse kind of do its weird shenanigans and act unlike any horse you've ever seen, or any animal in general, really. Animals don't generally kind of move in this sort of stiff, rugged, puppet-like way. You kind of hear a voice, and a somewhat familiar voice as well, that you might recognize. You hear "Found you."
I don't like it. I don't like it.
And at that point, after you hear that faint voice, kind of in the distance, it's hard to tell where exactly it's coming from. The lights in the horse's eyes fade. And the horse sort of looks like it's just kind of woken up from a trance again, and looks around and looks back at you, and looks kind of at the ground, sort of starts kind of out of curiosity, kind of walking towards you, sort of shyly, and sort of stops, unsure of whether or not you're a threat or a friend.
I kill the horse.
All right, how would you? How would you like?
I want to hit it with my stick and be like, no, this is the demon horse. It's red. It's got glowing eyes.
All right,
No.
as you sort of pull your stick, your big stick, to get ready to whack this horse, the horse kind of notices this and panics and
Baron, what do I do?
very quickly
Tell
kind of
me.
ducks out of the way and
How do I
starts
proceed?
galloping away.
Calm down.
Okay.
The horse is just galloping away through the trees.
That didn't work then. Maybe we should just wake everyone up.
I was trying. I was speaking very loud.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that. Let's try together.
Let's try this
Okay.
later.
Alright, so
first.
positive.
Or should we just say wake up? Wake up. Wake up.
And Baron uses Mage Hand, and then
Oh my god.
pause the face to try and wake you up.
Excuse me? That kind of. I have a feeling it was something to do with me.
Mage hand to the face.
Mage Hand.
Hold
Is
on
it-
one sec.
Okay, how Core was planning to kill Baron.
Can I roll to wake up?
Are there sticks
Yeah,
in
sure,
this
if you
tree?
like. I like this roll to wake up thing.
Are there sticks in this tree?
Are there? I mean, you've got branches. There aren't any like loose sticks, but you can like tear off a branch if you'd like.
Can I try to tear off a branch, like slide down the tree and try and whack Baron with a stick?
Yeah, sure, I'll allow it. Go for it. Do
Right?
it.
Tear.
You
Tear.
tear off a branch and you slide down the tree aggressively with a
I'm
scowl
not
on
gonna
your
hit him
face.
hard enough to do damage, hard enough to be like. So I'm not gonna roll any attack, like damage. So
Well, you can roll to see if it hits.
yeah. Let's say 13 plus. What do you plus to that? Anything?
With your
It should
like
be your
attack action.
Attack roll
You can
modifier.
tell I don't play a
but-
fighter.
No, wait, I should just be a straight d20, right?
Is it?
You're not proficient with improvised weapons, so it's a straight d20 roll.
Yeah.
So it's a 13.
Weapons.
Look who she
Oh.
is! She's DM!
I
I
appreciate-
haven't been reading the rule books all day.
I mean, I appreciate the knowledge base. It's really actually super useful. So please do as much as you can.
Nah, I've just had I've spent way too much time getting into the D&D Reddit, just deep dive. Improvised weapons was in there today.
I mean, hey, I read a little bit about that, but very little.
I don't know anything about martial classes, so.
I think if you're
My
proficient
favorite.
with any weapon, then you just add your proficiency bonus to the attack roll, pretty much.
I'm a wizard, I don't do anything.
Yeah, and if it depends on what kind of weapon it is. Like if it's a great weapon, you add your strength. If it's a finesse weapon, you add your dex. This is a branch.
This is a branch.
Yeah, so it's
Not a
it's improv. Wait, so does it? So Baron?
It doesn't hit.
All
Can I
right.
throw it instead?
Yeah, go for it.
Definitely an improvised weapon.
I'm gonna use a different dice. This is 17. I keep looking down like I have some kind of.
Like in reaction, can I try
Oh my
to
god.
summon my mage hand to catch it?
Yeah, I reckon in the first miss throw you would have had a chance to summon Mage Hand and try stop it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and catch it midair and be like, ha! I'm a pro baseball
Okay,
player."
hold on. We need roll roll for me like a dex
This is
saving throw.
provocation, just
Every
saying.
game starts with us trying to kill each other.
This is so chaotic.
30, 20.
Yeah, you catch
Ah!
You know what? You know what? Core knows when he's had enough and he goes and hides behind Jade, snaps his fingers, Baron's hair's orange.
I'll say to Core, we have to wake up.
He started it.
Okay.
it. At this point, Cloud wakes up.
Oh,
Oh, my
God,
head.
who was there?
Wait, we need to wake up the goblin and the bugbear.
What happened?
Ah, Core, can you please wake everyone up with your magics?
Fine. Core does the loud wake up voice. Very loudly. He doesn't understand that there's anything hovering around.
All right, cool. You do this. You wake up everybody. Everybody's getting up. All the NPCs are. They're looking pretty tired. The bugbear looks pretty amped for whatever reason, but everybody else looks kind of tired.
Okay.
Why are we awake?
Yes. So, there's a bright red horse with glowing eyes, which approached us. A baron?
Ah, scary demon horse.
Yeah, but there's something else. And I look at Baron, expecting him to add.
I think I heard it here say, found you, like we were playing some hide and seek game or something.
Yes, like we were playing a game of some kind.
That is really creepy.
Also, I don't know if you figured this out. It was the horse that the hooded figure was riding back in the tavern.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, we knew that.
Okay, cool. I was just checking.
I think we should leave.
I agree.
Oh, this is.
Is Ilya awake yet?
Ilya is already just lugged food onto boat.
Got the fruit.
I see.
Already ready.
Let's go.
Let's withdraw.
Oh,
Which way would we be going?
hold on, wait a minute. Are we leaving? What happened?
Yeah,
you
we're
ran into
getting out.
Okay. I won't ask any
Baron
questions.
does
I'm so
pose a
tired.
very important question, though. Baron, you are right. Where do we go from here?
I don't know if any of you can see, but I can't see anything at this time of night. Everything looks very dark to me.
Did Tabaxi not have night vision?
Nope.
That's so weird.
So weird.
I know. It is a weird. I think it's because they get a lot of other stuff as well, like the climbing stuff and.
Also, if it turns out that I'm actually wrong and they do, then these Tabaxi don't in my world.
No blind Tabaxi.
I think so. I don't think they get night vision though. I could be wrong.
That's probably fine. Do you want me to check? Because if not, we live in blissful ignorance, and this is how it is.
We can just make it that like in this world, Tabaxi don't have night vision.
Cool.
He looks to the rest of you. I can't speak for the other. However many of us there are, but I personally can't navigate a boat. First of all, at all, but second of all, much less during the night. How are you planning on doing this?
We have done it before. We will do it again.
Okay.
We haven't done it at night, so
We
technically we
haven't
haven't
done it
before.
technically.
My beak hurts.
What if we just hid in the underbrush until morning and leave at first light?
This also sounds good, and then we
much.
can sleep, and I like the sound of sleep. Sleep.
Why didn't you slap this guy, Baron?
This
Shall I slap him?
Wait, who, me? Cloud asks.
Jade, I think you might do more damage than Baron's.
Alright, death saving throws. No,
Baron does 0 damage.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to do?
My unarmed strike do 7 points of damage now.
Okay!
Like all
Don't
my
hit
HP.
Don't hit the old man.
Shiny Boys, where the party inadvertently kill all my NPCs one by one.
Yep.
Well, if we're concerned that like people are gonna come here, why don't we have 2 people on watch?
This also sounds like a very reasonable idea.
I know.
I veto. I
You
vote
sir.
not going. I am very tired. Can I please sleep?
Oh, maybe not you.
Core just mumbles under his breath.
The bugbear looks like super alert, just like darting around.
I don't know if I trust the bugbear with myself and my safety.
Well, as you say this, Kronk is kind of like petting him, like on the side.
Baron
What
drops
about 3 people?
pats him.
Say again, Baron.
Kronk and pats the bugbear.
There you go. Baron can do a watch with the bear and the goblin. Sorted.
Sure.
Kronk's kind of looking around at the group, not really understanding what's going on.
Baron, can you please translate?
He translates into goblin.
Yeah.
So we have to stay up. He asks you, Baron.
Yeah. For a little bit.
Okay, yeah. Willie seems a bit stressed, so I guess we'll comply for now. He kind of rubs his eyes. He says this. I'm guessing you convey that to the rest of the group.
Rest of the group. Whoops.
Cool. You're also cutting out a lot, so I'm just gonna.
Should we just? We'll just assume that you convey it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say that if that's what you guys want to decide on, then Baron, you can take the next watch with the three, or does somebody else want to do a watch with Ilya? Because Ilya wanted to do watch second after Jade.
I don't mind going with Ilya.
Alright, so core Ilya, and then Baron Crunk Willy.
Ilya. Drank.
Alright, so we'll do it that way. So the rest of you go back to sleep. Cloud he's already asleep by the time you guys are done negotiating. He's just zonked out. Tome of Nature seems a bit stressed and is like kind of petting her face a bit and turning around. Willy stays awake for like a while, but eventually kind of nods off a little bit as well. Kronk falls asleep pretty quickly, and it's Ilya and Kor on watch. And I want you guys, for me, to please roll a d12 each.
8.
5.
Cool. Alright. So you guys gonna watch as the others kind of recoup and go back to sleep and make themselves comfortable. You take in your surroundings, looking around. The whole kind of aisle that you're on is pretty quiet for the most part, especially with the orcs gone that you were once near. Just generally looking around, there isn't much to see. Even with night vision looking around, you can't see much past the island. It just looks like water from here, and then after that the darkness kind of fades back in, so you can't see any of the other isles or anything like that from here. Looking up at the night sky, you can see the stars kind of illuminating the treetops below you. Looking into the atoll, you get a sense of the kind of grand size of the island that you're on. It is pretty small, but even just being this low, it looks like a massive ring from here. And the glow of the teleportation sort of kind of illuminates the shore around you. Looking around, kind of keeping an eye out for the supposed horse that made its appearance. You don't really kind of notice anything out of the ordinary. Is there anything you'd like to do while you guys are awake?
I have a question for Ilya.
Sure.
Okay, I think Corn's just gonna like sit and be watching you for a while. Then he gets a bit closer. He's like, "Can I do your hair?"
Sure.
And Cor spends his entire watch plaiting Ilya's hair.
Alright, so the watch goes by pretty much peacefully. You're sort of keeping an ear out while you're doing this. You know, you're kind of on alert while you're taking part in this activity. But for the most part, everything goes kind of silent. You do occasionally... Actually, you know what? I want you to roll just a general perception check for me while you're doing this. Both of you.
It's my least favorite phrase to hear.
I've got to get you all to do your shift at some point.
13.
13 and...
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay. Core, you're
I
kind
don't
of...
like being bad at perception.
Core, you're kind of mostly preoccupied with the hair and the braiding, I'm guessing, maybe? You're doing your thing. You're into it.
He's
you
doing
aren't paying...
amazing Daenerys braid.
You're doing great. And I can... I can vouch for Core's hairstyling skills. You're doing great. You're doing a great job. But you're not paying as much attention as you could be to your surroundings, given that fact. Although you are kind of keeping an eye out, but you don't really notice anything. Ilya, while you're kind of looking around, you don't really see anything, but you do hear kind of like a light rustling. And it doesn't sound like it's all that close, but you kind of hear it in the distance. Like a few times, and then it sort of dies down, just for a few moments.
Ilya would point that out to.
I can send a familiar. I don't want to move.
I mean, you're kind of got me by the hair, so if you want to send your.
Oh my god.
Right, I'm gonna send my little bird after wherever the rustling is. You're gonna need to point now.
Little birds.
My little bird.
I'm gonna say that
Sorry.
you get a generally good idea of where the rustling is coming from, so you can pretty accurately point Core in that direction. And Core, you can send your familiar and investigate the general area as a bird of your choice.
Bird, go.
You are my bird.
Go, gadget, bird spy. No, okay, you do your thing, the bird goes. And you perch yourself up on some branches, kind of hopping around, looking for potential signs of what the rustling could be. You kind of, you can hear, you get all the senses through the familiar, right?
Sight, sound. Yeah.
Okay. As your bird sort of hops around and kind of looks for things, you do pretty quickly find the source of the rustling. You kind of run back into the horse. It is not emitting any light, and it seems to kind of be trying to kind of get a comfortable spot to sort of sit down and sort of get to rest, but it seems like the ground itself there is pretty covered in shrubbery and roots, and it's hard for it to get a good position, so the rustling is kind of it trying to get Seems like it was it trying to get sort of a good position there. Aside from that,
Stupid horse.
you don't see much else. It doesn't seem to be acting suspicious in the sense that it's acting like a horse at this point, but it does look tired and it's like it's trying to get some rest as well.
Okay. Summon the bird back and like, the horse is just trying to sleep.
All right.
Horsing around.
Yes, it's horsing around.
And past that, your watch pretty much passes peacefully. You don't really encounter anything else. You spend your whole watch doing some hair shenanigans, and as your watch kind of slowly comes and creeps to a close, I'm guessing you go wake up Baron and the other two. How would you like to do this?
I'll look at Baron, I'll look at Ilya and just pat Ilya and be like, I'll leave this one to you. I'm trying to grow as a person. And he goes and sits by Jade.
Trying to grow as a person. That's funny.
Ilya's actually gonna poke the bugbear awake.
Okay, you poke the bugbear. It wakes up pretty quickly. It's like immediately, and takes a deep, sharp inhale, and then kind of like he sits back up and kind of looks around and wipes his forehead, and he kind of looks at you. Say again.
Time for watch.
He kind of looks at you. Watch. And he like, I don't know how to describe it. So the Kronk, the goblin, is sleeping right next to him, so he kind of slaps him awake, very like suddenly. You hear this kind of like
That's how you know they're close.
thud almost, and he moves a bit in his sleep, and he kind of wakes up. And you don't understand what he says, but he kind of yells something at the bugbear, kind of like a whisper yells, like. And then the bugbear kind of he looks a bit like kind of like, oh sorry, and they kind of nod and they look around. I guess they go look for Baron pretty much.
Yeah,
And...
Ilya's gonna go back up a tree and go sleep.
All right, sweet. So Baron, the Kronk is gonna come and he's gonna try shake you awake.
I genuinely thought that the bugbear being not awake when the handler was awake was gonna cause it to go fucking frenzied. So that's great.
Ooh, I'm doing some stuff behind the screen. Oh boy, if only I could.
And him see.
He looks pretty. Yeah, he looks pretty paranoid a lot of the time. You get that just from looking at him.
Okay. Baron is awake.
Kronk sort of looks at you. Time to watch. And he looks at the bear. Well, not the bear. He looks at the bugbear. Sorry, it's not an actual bear. It's like a humanoid, but I keep almost describing it like it's an actual bear. He pats him, and he kind of looks at you. And I want you to roll a d12 for me.
Okay.
And then once you roll it, just tell me what number you get. You may have already said it, but it cut out if you did. I can't tell because you have no camera. 3? Okay. So you guys will get together, and you perch yourselves however you like, and you're looking around, you're kind of keeping an eye on things. You generally observe most of the same things that you've seen while it was lit, and most of the same things that the others looked at when they were observing the island as well at night. It's very hard to see. There isn't much activity going on. You don't hear a lot of stuff. Roll for me just a general perception check. I'm also gonna roll for Willy and the bugbear. Sorry, Willy and Kronk. Ooh.
22.
22. All right, you're looking around. You don't get the sense that there's much around at this island, like even in the nearby vicinity. It seems like mostly this is a pretty safe place to rest. That being said, the forest is very dense. As you sort of pan over Kronk, the goblin, he looks pretty tired and unfazed, and he doesn't look like he's paying all that much attention. But looking at Willy the bugbear, he seems pretty like on edge, and it's hard to read his expression, but he looks like he's very alert, and he looks like he hasn't gotten a whole lot of sleep, and he's just kind of, his eyes are sort of darting around the island, and he's kind of looking around very with a very paranoid expression on his face, I should say.
I ask him what's wrong.
He looks at you. Smell danger.
Where? What kind of danger?
He kind of sharply inhales. Don't know. Gut feeling. And he kind of grunts.
There. Everything is gonna be okay. As he pats him.
Roll a charisma check for me.
9.
9. He looks like he's more on edge now that you're patting him. He's kind of like noticing the pets, and he feels very anxious. He's kind of looking around very fast.
Doesn't like being touched.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you didn't like being touched.
No.
And
It's okay.
as
And he kind of tries to pat you back, and he does like one pat, and it like almost sends you flying forward. It's kind of this big. He's got very big hands.
I try to do an acrobatics check. I look graceful.
Yeah, go for it. I'll let you do an acrobatics. Wait, I'll let you do either that or a dexterity saving throw. Your choice.
Saving throw. I got a nat 20.
Okay, what kind of somersaulting bullshit do you want to pull off?
He does 2 flips in the air and lands on 2 feet, and it's almost as sparkles are emanating out of him.
Okay,
Parkour pals are quaking from the corner.
it looks just as graceful as you imagine, and the two of the pair with you, the goblin and the bugbear, they both look pretty stunned, like they weren't expecting that. And as they sort of look at you, Krunk looks back at Willy, and Willy looks at his hand in kind of shock, and he looks at you and says, "Sorry." And at this point, you hear kind of more rustling in the distance as well, just like even passively without checking for it, you hear it.
Okay.
Like leaves rustling, kind of like a.
Varys is quiet. Go stealth. And then we go stealth.
All right, you can roll stealth. Do you want to just roll for the entire party?
Go stealth. Hey,
But is it within the same hour of me casting Pass Without a Trace? Probably not, right?
it's not.
No,
'cause
it's not.
Watch
It would have been
out.
like
Sorry, pal.
it would have been like 2 or 3 hours after.
19.
19? Alright, you're pretty stealth.
Sorry.
You guys are kind of all as a unit. They seem like they're very like they're with you on this. They're on the same level, on the same wavelength, and they're kind of like keeping an ear out. And you hear the rustling sort of in the distance here and there.
Check.
Mm.
So you want to have a roll? You know, roll a perception check for me. You're kind of like I'm guessing that you're like crouching in some shrubbery, kind of looking around.
Yeah.
A shrubbery. Sorry.
My perception checks.
My keyword.
I got 21.
21? Okay. So you're sort of crouched down now, and you're sort of looking around, and you don't see anything. It's very, very dark. You're looking. And you hear the rustling. It's like right... You can swear it's like right near you. You can't tell exactly which direction. And Krunk and the bugbear, they're kind of like just sort of... They're looking at you mostly. And you're looking around, kind of looking around, and you can't really tell what it is. It sounds like it's like a bird or something behind you. So you sort of turn around, and you find yourself only a few inches away, face to face with the hooded figure that you saw
Fuck.
in session 1. He's staring right at you, right into your eyes, and you get a very good look at his face for the first time that nobody's been able to do yet. You feel his breath on your face from how close he is to you, and he's just staring. He looks like... It's very hard to say. Just from this brief glance, in your kind of immediate shock, it's hard to process. He has a very pale face, almost powdery white, which you can still tell even in this dead of night. It's hard to tell color-wise much about his appearance aside from the fact that he's very pale.
Is he hot?
He is.
Sorry.
I mean, you know what? It's okay. It's subjective. Everyone has a type. He looks a bit like a dying 80-year-old man with a.
Oh yeah, Baron's
So, yes.
kink. We found it
So-
now.
There's like he has a sort of
I don't think I
strange.
can go back up.
Bye.
Despite his like very wrinkly
We live
face,
down there now.
he has a sort of venomous stare to his kind of eyes, I guess, and he's looking right at you.
Baron lets out a scream like, yeah!
Oh my.
Do you know I'm the only one who lives in this building at the moment, so I can just go like, ah! It's fine.
I can just do that and say to my family, "Sorry, that was D&D." So it's fine.
Dungeon Dragon.
All right, so you let out a scream. At this point, this is pretty close to the end of your watch, so it's like just barely the sun is starting to come up on the horizon. So you scream and you look away for a second, and the bugbear and Kronk, they look at you in surprise because they haven't seen what you just looked at, and they're just taken aback by your scream. I'm pretty sure that this would probably wake everyone up at this point, maybe if it's loud enough.
Yeah, I'm up. The first thing I do is I grab my bow and I'm advancing towards the noise.
Okay, you advance towards the noise and you see the three of them crouching around some shrubs.
What happened? What happened? That's the loudest I've ever made my voice. Baron.
The hooded figure. He was right here.
And as you say
Yeah?
that, and you point behind you to where you just saw him, there's kind of like half a tree, like a tree stump, with kind of like a hole, like a little kind of enclave kind of there. It's kind of mostly filled in, it looks like, with some rubbish and stuff. Maybe an owl was here at some point. And that's kind of right behind where you were just then. And it's kind of, if you kind of squint, it kind of maybe looks like a face. So this is kind of the impression that it gives off. However, it definitely looked very real to you.
It looked real to you. I go up and I whack the tree.
Okay, you whack the
Baron.
tree.
No.
No,
He was here.
Baron, what should I do?
I don't know. He's not here anymore, but he was just here. The hooded figure.
Ilya, call.
Are we awake?
If the scream woke you up, you would be awake at this point.
I missed that.
The
okay.
yeah, I think I can't do Quinny.
No, it smells like it. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh,
This.
I don't like it. I'm so used to Quinny doing it. I don't like when other people do it.
I can't do
I
it.
know, I summoned that from I don't know where within myself.
I learn more and more about Emma every day.
Too much.
Only all you need to know. But that's what she did.
But yeah,
I was
Quinny,
happy to be
to
woken
you,
up.
to Baron, where the face would have been is pretty much kind of in that general area where that, like, kind of hole in that tall tree stump would have been. The tree itself, you didn't really notice it there before when you turned around. It definitely didn't, like, you could swear with your pretty good perception roll that it looked not like a tree and like the hooded figure.
Yeah, okay, guys, hear me out. I might sound crazy, but was where
But
this
I just met you.
And this is crazy.
Sorry.
but the hooded figure was where this tree was.
I tried to whack it and he told me not to.
Yeah, no. He's not here anymore, but I saw his face. It was pale. He looked like a wrinkly 8-year-old man.
Do you, Baron, can I ask you a question? That horse said to you, found you. So maybe, even if you don't know it, you know this man figure, and perhaps he's only choosing to appear to you and not to us. I couldn't see him when I was looking for him earlier. You're the only one who could.
Come on, please believe me. I'm not going crazy.
I have an idea. Why doesn't
I-
Baron walk like 200 meters in that direction and we see if something kills him?
That's my DM laugh. None of the NPCs did that.
Baron, I know that sounds crazy, but this actually could work. If we hid in the trees and followed you in silence whilst you walked by yourself, maybe something would happen.
No, you gotta believe me. Even Willie said he smelled danger.
I believe it's
If-
dangerous. I just think we should do it anyway.
If Baron thinks it's dangerous and he's not comfortable with it, then I believe him, and I think we should continue on our way.
Snooze.
Also, at this point, Willie looks a lot less stressed out. He's just kind of tired and zoned out a little bit. The other NPCs are kind of, kind of looking in the direction of the tree and then back to Baron and then kind of at the rest of the group in kind of mild confusion, like they don't quite understand what exactly is going on. At this point, also, Cloud kind of walks up to you and asks, Baron, tell me again, explain this to me straight. You're telling me that you saw the hooded man?
Hooded man, don't you remember at your inn?
Well, I mean, of course I remember. It's pretty traumatic.
Yeah, no. I saw him at the tree.
At this tree? And he points to, like, the one that's kind of right behind where you were waiting.
And he whispered into my ear. And I felt like I was going to die.
Wait, what did he whisper into your ear?
What did he whisper into my ear?
He didn't whisper into your ear. He just kind of breathed at you, like you felt his breath.
He breathed in my ear.
He blowed into my ear.
I mean, he didn't really say anything.
Oh.
Maybe
That's exactly what... No. I apologize, sorry.
Non-consensual ASMR.
Ew. Yuck.
Baron, I think you need to decide what we do next. He did appear to you, after all, only you. So only you can really know what the best course of action is, I think.
Core's just like, logic?
The best course of action.
Well, think of it this way. If there's something that Baron knows and perhaps he doesn't feel comfortable sharing, if there's a feeling that he felt and he thinks that maybe if it's his gut and he can't explain it, that makes sense to me, then we should understand that and perhaps heed his warning. And rather than search danger, run away from it. There's no shame in running away, I don't think.
Quinn, if you'd like, please roll
But I
for me
also
an
would like to
intelligence
hit
check.
things.
Sorry? I agree with the last
Protect us all.
Sorry,
Protect us all.
what did you say, Thomas?
Yeah, sorry, Emma, for talking over you.
No, it's fine.
Roll for me an intelligence check.
Oh, jeez. Too bad. I got 14.
14? From having his face up that close, you can tell that it's, you have a very good feeling that it's the same figure from the bar that you guys all initially kind of ran into. However, despite that being the case, you don't really get the sense that you recognize who this person is. As in, you don't recognize this person from your kind of general person life or historical adventures or anything like that from your intelligence roll.
Yeah, so
Oh, actually, you know what? There is one thing you do recognize. You can tell from that intelligence roll and just like generally being in that vicinity, you have a very good feeling that he's human.
okay.
Nah, human.
So that's an interesting piece, at least, that I'm gonna say that you can get from that. Also, oh my god.
Humans are great, I'm just saying.
Maybe not Baron's type.
Not
Ooh.
Yeah.
So Cloud kind of looks around and looks back to you. So what do you think we should do? Are we going to investigate or leave this place? We have a lot of fruit. What are you guys planning?
Back to the bandits first.
I agree. We finish one thing before we start another.
Who
Maybe.
who are these bandits? These are the fellows that you're collecting these fruits for? Cloud asks.
Yes,
Looks
they'll
the
give
rest.
us gems. That's the only reason I'm here.
Oh, okay. Well, look, in that case, onward, I guess. And he looks at the rest of everybody. Tome of Nature seems kind of like in pain in general, like the same way you'd be if you like fell over and hurt your back, kind of thing. She's kind of just walking around like she's kind of aching a little bit in Captain Featherbeard's rotting body.
Is she okay?
You can roll an insight check for me.
Am I good at insight? Yes.
Or like a medicine check, maybe, if you want to do that.
13 plus 4. 17.
17? She
Yes.
looks okay. But not... definitely not like in peak performance. She's not bleeding or anything like that. Nothing is like... She doesn't look wounded, but she's kind of clutching herself together. Like, you know, she's kind of sore all over. Kind of, you get that sort of vibe.
Is there any? Would it be like a medicine check to see if there's anything to do to help her, or is she just literally going to suffer because she's?
You can do a medicine check if you like.
Am I good at medicine? Not really. I'll try. Oh, 17 plus 2. 19.
19. From the little that you know about necromancy, you get the feeling that maybe she's starting to hurt more over time in the body that she's in.
Oh. So there's nothing to be done. Just rip.
Well, as in like she's taking damage over time, I guess. Like small amounts of damage over an elongated period.
Core feels mild empathy. And then it's back at the group.
It's a quote. Okay.
Ilya,
Yep.
are you okay?
Really want to get out of this place. Yeah.
We're going. Let's go. I start to walk.
Cloud kind of looks over Tome of Nature and grabs her by the feathers.
Be careful, they'll come out. She's decomposing.
Oh, whoops, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Do you want these back? No? Okay, I'll just, I'll just...
Oh my god.
Oh no.
She's decomposing.
I think we should go.
Can I try and pull core to the front of the group?
Yeah. You can try. Core, how do you respond?
I think Jay can literally just punt Core. He can't really resist anyway.
I think I'm just like dragging you like, to the front then.
You're like when you pick up a child by the arm. Just walk.
Oh wait, very quickly, do you guys have like you guys have like the boat and stuff with you, right?
Yep.
Cool.
We
Alright.
retrieved it from the other side of the island.
Alright, awesome, go for it.
Core, you're the only reason I'm here.
That was a
So
core
please
error.
don't. So please don't get yourself hurt. Because then I don't know what I would do.
Haha.
Baron says from the background, he heard it all.
Core clears his throat and just pats Jade. He's like, "Thanks, friend. I mean, it's not just the gems. I will go where you go because I am very fond of you. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, let's leave." Okay. I
Good
think I found
contact.
someone worse at expressing affection than Brian, and it might be cool.
Very
This is hilarious. I love it. I ship this friendship. Alright.
your boys.
Bromance.
So, you guys walk through the forest, you're kind of keeping an eye on your surroundings, you're keeping tabs and everything. I want you to roll, for me, general perception checks, all of you that are walking. If you would like, you can roll stealth if you would like to do so. So, up to you.
do we do both?
Yeah, you can do both.
14 for
Doing
perception.
Oh, sorry. Yep, go.
Second.
No, go Quinny.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like Baron's gonna be doing perception checks like every minute because he's paranoid.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you get a good perception roll, I'll just let you keep that throughout, so you can just roll and see what you get, and we can go from there.
Oh.
16 still. 16 perception.
Okay.
Perception 22
Okay.
and stealth. Huh.
Whatever else get for
Or
perception.
stealth.
Perception. I will roll. It is 18.
18. Sweet. Aelin.
Dirty 20 for perception and an 18 for stealth.
Damn.
Sorry, I didn't
Okay.
roll my stealth. Natural 1 for stealth.
Ooh.
You're-
Wazza!
All right. Lily, what did you roll for stealth?
I rolled 2 16s by way of weird additions.
All right, sweet. So you guys are walking through. You're looking around. You're trying to be stealthy. Jay, you're convinced that you're invisible. You've got the art down. You're making a lot of noise. Everybody's kind of looking at you as you're stomping around and kind of you bump a tree here and there. It's just very claustrophobic. You're pretty tall. You're big. You're hitting some branches here and there, but you feel like you're doing a really good job. To you, you're invisible. Nobody knows where you are. Everybody else, you're somewhat stealthy. Baron, what did you roll for stealth? Say again.
4.
4? Okay.
24.
Oh, 24! Okay,
Oh.
Baron, you've disappeared.
How?
You gonna just. I
Um,
haven't rolled a natural 1 in so long. I shouldn't have expected.
so, oh my god, actually, yeah, that's true. As you guys are looking around, kind of, everybody's,
Bring
keeping
it.
an eye out.
Doing your worst.
You mostly don't see anything or hear anything really. However, I think Ilya and Baron rolled 20 or above, if I'm correct.
Yes.
The two of you
And
do
I'm average.
like me and everything. Hey, no, so sad content.
Relatable.
So you guys are looking ahead. You do actually notice something in the distance. You kind of look ahead and you kind of spot something kind of further ahead. You do see some figures moving very far in the distance away from you. You can't tell what direction they're going in or anything like that. It's a very dense forest, but it seems like they're very, quite a bit further into the forest. But you do see them moving up ahead.
Panics. I see figures moving up ahead into the forest.
So, I have a question.
Yeah.
With my natural 1 and stealth, even so, I still think I'm pretty stealthed, right?
Yeah. From what they're looking at, and just out of game, it doesn't look like they're noticing anything.
Okay. No, I got a natural 1 for stealth. I'm asking about stealth. So, I feel stealthed, right?
Oh, you feel like you're
Yeah,
from your own
then-
perspective, you feel very stealthed.
Okay, then I'll tap Ilya's shoulder and say, shall we scout ahead?
Or leave.
Or leave.
Leave's good.
Leave is good. I start to leave.
Not stay together, but like we should, as a whole unit.
I leave slower.
Yeah.
As you're sort of doing this, if you're keeping if while this interaction is happening, Baron, you can kind of see that the figures kind of seem to disappear a little bit, but they seem to be also walking in the direction of the shore. If you guys are walking to the shore to attempt to row back or sail back to the main kind of land where the bandits are and that sort of part, and just make your way up through that part of the land or whatever, it seems like those figures have moved in that direction as well. Now, at that part of the island is where you remember the orc camp being. So it seems like these figures that may have been in the distance, in the forest or whatever, have made their way in that direction of the camp. And that is like kind of the northernmost point from which you can then kind of shoot off to the mainland. I mean, you can do it from any part of the island, really.
I relay that information to the party.
Cloud looks
Is there
surprised.
faster than them?
Did you say faster than them?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Are we going on land? I can't run all that fast.
No, remember Captain Featherbeard saying that, right?
I will carry you.
Oh.
Actually, I think I'll personally be fine, but if you're offering rides, could you maybe hold, and he bites his tongue for a second as if he was going to say the wrong name, Tome of Nature. I think she's having a bit of trouble.
Yes. That's fine. I grab her. She's under my arm. I have her now.
Careful not to let her, like, fall apart.
Don't worry.
She
I'll
smells
do my
pretty
best.
bad. She smells like she's decaying.
You
Course, sprays more
smell like.
perfume.
I look at her in the face, dead in the eyes, and I say, "You smell like death."
I feel like death a little bit.
Okay.
This hurts a little bit. Thank you
I'm
for
sorry.
carrying me. Nice
You should be.
nice to meet you.
It makes
Oh
sense.
no.
This interaction. From having interacted with Captain Featherbeard, this new Featherbeard, faux Featherbeard, is very different in mannerism.
Featherbeard.
Featherbeard. Oh my god. It's very different from the
Feather.
captain himself that you remember. And you kind of get like,
Featherboa.
as you sort of, you kind of think back and you're recollecting your memories of the captain, you kind of get Oliver flashing in your mind as well a little bit. I think keeping also in mind that you're the only person who's met Oliver to this point, actually. And Cloud's sister.
I look at Tome and I say, "I will deliver your body to your son."
But, hold on, I'm not that old, I don't have a son.
Well, some things have changed.
Oh no,
You
Uh,
have a son now.
I'm not.
Sorry to break it to you.
I've never even been in a relationship before.
That's not important. No. No.
She looks at you with a puzzled look.
Big. I just go shh.
As you sort of look into her face, by the way, you see like how damaged it looks like Featherbeard's head sort of was at one point, and you see that it's been like mostly put back together underneath kind of the stitches and stuff.
I move my hand out and try and close her eye like you would on a corpse. I just like, good night.
You poke her in the eye. Ow!
No,
Oh,
it's better if you just.
Oh, I can't stop. I can't see.
No, but this isn't gonna be fun for you.
Are we just on watching this tragedy unfold?
Wait, no, but I want to look.
I don't understand. Help me, someone.
I'm not
turn
dead, you
around.
know.
Are you sure?
Also, as you're sort of doing this, as you're getting a pretty good view of Captain Featherbeard's face, you notice that the eyes, or the eyeballs themselves, don't really look exactly like Featherbeard's did. They are the eyes are still blue, but they're kind of a different shade of blue at this point. They're a lot lighter than Featherbeard's eyes were.
Eye transplant.
Eye transplant. What colour were your eyes, Tome?
My eyes?
Yes.
My eyes were orange. My irises. Why? What color are my eyes? Are they orange? Did he use my eyes?
No, they're bright blue and they're also dying, I think. So maybe just close.
Okay. 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 She just starts weeping under your arm. You hear this sort of muffled.
Baron goes to her side. It's okay.
Baron,
son.
help me.
He goes and tries to comfort her.
I mean, I'd pat her, but I don't want to touch her.
Oh god.
Pats her, but then he pinches his nose as he pats her.
As you pat her, a couple of feathers like fall out, and you get a sort of like weird ooze on your fingers.
Oh. Baron, this is the urge to.
Cloud sort of looks at all of this going on. I think maybe we should start heading off. I think we're losing time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
And
Can
he-
I
yes.
Sorry, can I use my bedroll to try my blankets to try and wrap her so that she doesn't
Like in a
fall apart as I
burrito?
run? A
Yeah.
little bit, swaddle her in cloth.
Yeah, go
Kind
for
of
it.
not I'm not thinking like a mummy, but I'm
Who's
thinking
gonna do
more
the laundry on those?
Not
It'll
me.
be fine.
I'm the Goban. This is to make you feel better, I say as I start rolling her up. This is making me very uncomfortable. I somehow do not think any of this is in character, but it's mostly just funny at this point.
Oh, this is actually really comfortable. Thank you.
Good. I'm glad.
She's kind of still weeping a bit, but there's a smile on her face.
Don't cry. You don't have that much left to cry. Much time left to live, so don't
Oh,
spend it crying.
Wait, what do you mean? Am I dying?
Guys,
No,
stop.
beautiful. You should not let a lady cry at any time. Okay?
I think we should find a happy medium between Baron and Jade, because they're both, well, Jade's being too honest. Baron, no. And he just starts walking.
She kind of weeps a little
I
less.
follow.
And she thinks to herself, wait, hold, I have night vision actually, I just realized.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Lead
weird.
the way,
Wow.
Mofo.
She's like looking around. It's kind of like the sun is rising, and at this point, you make your way through. You make your way through the forest. I'm guessing, try to do it as fast as you can. Are you guys running through the forest? At Ilya's suggestion, or are you guys just walking at a normal pace? How do you want to do this?
Cord does not like exerting him, but he will if he has to.
If you guys are running,
Run.
Alright. You guys are running. Jade, you're making a loud noise with your with your stealth roll.
My
You-
natural one.
I have to take so many steps to the rest of you 6 foot whatever people.
Little legs running.
Wait, I
Cloud.
have long. Can I cast Long Strider on myself?
what does it do?
Hold on, let me get the description up. I need to buy the arcane cards.
It
and do that
elongates
today.
my legs. I have fancy little lady legs now. Hello, I am Core. I don't know what this impression is. I'm sorry.
Ew. This made me really uncomfortable.
Fancy,
Like,
spooky, scary skeleton. I don't know why that came into my mind.
one sec,
Oh,
one
God.
sec. Heels.
Cloud is gonna kind of get on all fours, and he's kind of sort of lazily pounce and run through the forest, kind of dodging the trees. And he's fairly agile for his age,
Where is it?
but despite using all fours, he isn't really running any faster than you guys are.
I can run 40 feet now.
40 feet? You can run ahead of everybody then if you'd like.
Hehe.
So
It's like the legs like working double time.
you're like Dash from The Incredibles. This is what
I
I'm
was
imagining.
just thinking that.
Wait, my base speed is also 40 feet naturally.
Oh damn! All right.
Yeah.
I'm
You
on
guys
par
just
with
wanna take really
giant
fast.
Because I'm a
Jade.
monk.
All right. You
How
If
need
we're
to...
dashing, we're both moving 80 feet around. 80 feet every 6 seconds! Holy shit!
Wow.
Okay, you
For the
guys
last
break.
hour.
You break the land speed record. You make it to this other side before everybody else does. You approach, and you're kind of on the sand. And to your left, you see the camp, or what you presume is the camp. You see the tents kind of lined up in sort of a peanut shape, a little bit further away. You do hear kind of like some activity now that you're outside of the forest. You do hear something coming from the camp, as if it is a little bit more lively, a little bit more active. Like there are some people there. Jade, this would just be your first time running into this. The rest of you gradually catch up, and you all kind of recollect, and you're looking around, and this is what you see. Between you and the camp, as Ilya saw before, originally, there are a lot of piles of wood and, like, little piles of debris, branches, kind of tree sheddings. There are also, like, piles of logs kind of in these pyramid shapes, stacked around, being collected and that sort of stuff. You don't see any orcs anywhere nearby, but you do hear kind of light commotion and activity coming from the camp. And ahead of you, looking straight ahead, across the horizon, you do see like the other part of the atoll. How many feet away? I don't know if you can tell. It doesn't look that far. It looks pretty manageable from your perspective. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. If you guys, oh, yeah, no, that's pretty. Ooh, it looks kind of far-ish. You have it's about, I mean, unless you roll a perception, it's very hard to tell, but it looks like it's a few thousand feet away. But you can kind of manage it, and you can make it across with some effort, you kind of think. Possibly.
Where is our destination again? Sorry.
Bandits.
And the bandits are a few thousand feet away.
I can point out on this map where you are for your personal reference, because I don't have a map of this somewhere else. So, you guys are on this little island here, and the bandit camp is like up here.
Oh, I've been getting it so wrong. I thought we were in the middle of the donut.
No, so this is
I
like
thought that too.
this is all water in here. Over there.
Yeah.
So you guys originally, when you walked up around here, this area is where you would have run into the stone golems and stuff, and you made it through over here. These are where the goblin camps would have been. Then Jade, when you were walking through here, you would have kind of run into the southern part in this island here, and rode past all this, and here's where you would have encountered the...
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. Then I want to say to everyone, I know these lands ahead of us. People are looking for me there and Cloud, and they probably want to arrest us.
So if you... from what you know from where you are, you've rode past a bunch of like islands that had orcs as well. So this small island having orcs to you, Jade, is not really a surprise because the last few little ones here have also had orcs. The ones that specifically tried to impale you with the javelin. As well as that, if you do reach the shore, just traveling straight north from where you are, kind of through the shallow water where there isn't really any danger, which you can do pretty quickly. If you reach the sands there, if you travel a little bit north, back up to where the main town would have been, you'll go through all those farms and stuff where you were initially.
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So I'll no, actually, I know people who will shelter us there. Maybe I know one in particular family who may take pity on us, but in general, the people in that area want to arrest Cloud and me. I think.
Oh, and you? Why?
I rescued Cloud from the grasp of injustice.
Cloud
I'm so
looks at you
proud
with a
of you.
strange expression as you say that.
Can I
You were
insight
about-
check Jade?
For what?
See if he's lying. Or bending
No, I'm
the-
not lying. I'm not lying. This is 100% true.
From the grip of injustice.
Yeah, he was about to be framed for a crime he didn't commit. 100% true.
Okay.
Okay, you can inside check him. Inside check him.
That's alright, I trust.
No, this is
Okay.
this is the perspective that Jade has. This is correct.
Mm-hmm.
So Jade saw that Cloud was about to be arrested by the town guy. And he said that he didn't want to die. He was going to be executed for this crime. And he told Jade that he didn't do it. Therefore, Jade, believing him and trusting him like a dear ally and friend, rescued him from certain death at the hands of people who believed him to be a criminal, and that's not in fact the case, by running away with him. Running away with him.
I think I
So
have
this is true.
I have somewhere I think the note that you would have read because the town's dude, Tide I think it was the kind of pseudo
Tide, yeah.
mayor. He sort of he received a package that you guys did not intercept, thankfully. He received like the shipment of wanted posters, and he didn't put any of them up, but he was
Yeah.
he was showing them to you and to Cloud after the meeting was over to kind of explain the severity of the situation. And I do actually have like the letter I think that Cloud got as well somewhere. If you want me to reread it, just in case you want it fresh in Jade's memory.
Sure.
Alright, hold on. Let's see. What on earth? What session was this? It was not this one. Not that one. Oh, here. There was one. Yeah, okay. So. Oh, so this wasn't. No, okay. You already intercepted the message for Cloud. This one was for Tide, which he showed you. And the message said, we will arrive at Port Henry for Heller 1 week from now, as Evening Cloud is under arrest for robbing the crown, and will be put to death as punishment. Attached is a shipment of posters depicting the tabaxi should he choose to escape. We will not hesitate to punish accomplices accordingly. Signed, the Royal Guard of Capital.
I have a question.
Yep.
I might be asking a really stupid question. What was it that Cloud is being accused of stealing?
He stole. Oh, how could you forget? He stole a key, which Ilya stole.
Is that it? Because I remember the key.
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah.
So the
Huh.
drawing depiction on there is of Tome, and you don't know anything past what the message says.
Yeah. But because the way he phrased it at the time was that they were going to take Cloud anyway, therefore that was injustice in Jade's mind. So
Okay.
running away was the only option to save his life.
and where's the key now?
Ilya has it.
Has Ilya not handed over the key? I thought he did.
Ilya handed the key to Yurik.
Oh.
Okay, then I will have the key. I'll have the key. To make it easier.
Okay.
That would be kind of funny if Yurik had the key.
It's not funny. That is the most frustrating thing I've ever heard.
I will have taken it from Yorick then.
Okay,
because
easy.
then it makes it easier.
Yeah, you guys would have had time to be just in the vicinity of each other alone, so I'm guessing that you could have just pickpocketed it from him or something, or just taken it and he would
I would have asked him for it. Yeah. But now I remember why Jade didn't like Ilya from the beginning. That makes so much more sense. I completely forgot
It's all
why I
coming
wrote
back.
Jade doesn't like Ilya in my notes. Oh no.
Poor Ilya. Cole likes
Sorry.
Ilya. I think Ilya is like his second favorite person at the moment.
I can't. Okay.
Ah, sucks to be Baron.
Also,
Baron keeps, Baron doesn't care. Baron keeps slapping Core away. They need to have a little chat about their dynamic soon.
Also, Jade, if you want a quick recap, I can also read you, because I have it here, I just found it, the quote specifically from Tide himself when he was addressing the meeting before everybody
Sure.
evacuated. Because this hasn't taken, like, that, it wasn't too many days ago, so it will be fresh in your mind. He said something along the lines of, "To Baxi and others of Ferheller, I have some grave news. Evening Cloud has been requested by the Royal Guard of Capital, and we have no choice in the matter. I'm telling you all of this as any attempt to help our friend will result in grave consequences, I fear.
Yeah.
We must hand him over or face punishment. Cloud, I will talk to you in private regarding this." And then he turns back to everybody and says, "Thank you, you're dismissed." That's kind of what
Yeah,
you remember.
this was the only way to do it. I don't understand why. Jade is being so honest. This is so true. He was gonna die for something he didn't do, which Ilya did. It feels fair to me. Hi, Ilya.
Which-
I like you now. Mostly. This is Emma talking.
And I guess that all that information, that's privy to you and Cloud pretty much at this point.
Okay, I will share this information because I think I was trying to convey that when you were asking about the insight core.
Cloud kind of looks at you and looks back. I really hoped that they wouldn't have done anything to me. This is going to be
they
interesting.
were going to kill you, I think, for sure. Execution was on the cards, 100%.
We've never executed anybody before.
They were gonna do it to you. So this key, I waved the key, must have been pretty important.
Very quickly, Ilya, do you remember exactly what the key looked like? Or like a vague description? Because I have like a few keys in mind and I forget which one it was that it was taken.
Wait. Hang on. So there were... Ilya has taken two whole keys and one whole ass key ring, and Yurik had the key ring, which belonged to Love.
Yep.
So that one I don't think is the actual one that Core stole the key from Ilya. Ilya would have given it if Core had just asked.
Core
But
stole the what?
Core actually has the key for Tom that we got from Tom's house. Well, one of them. There were two.
Yeah.
Do I?
One that I was allowed to keep was the small, tiny, shiny key. Small, tiny, shiny key.
The small, tiny, shiny.
Core doesn't want the key. Key's evidence.
Then Jade would have asked for the key during the break at some point when we were
Core just, like,
resting,
flicks
so that
it
he
away.
could have all the evidence to present.
And then the shiny boys go to court.
He like rubs it
Baron, we're
against
gonna need you to
the
represent our
passage.
case.
Oh gosh, where are all of my keys? Sorry, I had them written down and now I don't.
Where are my
Maybe.
keys?
I think there was one other key that was like bigger and duller.
Yeah, that's the one that Core.
Where my keys? Well, where's my phone?
Now, did you use any of them while you were in the place? Just to refresh my memory. Because you did open a box that had photos in it.
That's the key that got returned. So the one that was on the desk, I still have,
Okay, what did one on the
which is
desk?
the shiny one.
Okay, so wait, were there 3
One on the
keys?
desk was the. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, there have been 5 keys.
Oh my god.
Because there were 2 keys in the dream world.
The problem is, like, these keys have, like, I know what they all do, but I'm forgetting which ones are which exactly. But, okay.
Okay, so I was allowed to keep the very shiny key because Core doesn't know about it.
Yep.
The small key from the safe is the one that Core has now.
The one that was inside the safe.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
And that was the small key, the tiny key.
Yep. Old G. Alright, cool. That's all I wanted to quickly find out.
So, do I have the key or not? Is what I'm asking.
If
Who
Core
has-
gave yes.
Core doesn't want the
Core,
evidence.
Core doesn't want the key. I will have the key. If Core doesn't want it.
Cloud looks stupefied.
Okay.
So,
I'm also stupefied.
So while this key talk is going on, Baron, what are you doing?
Baron was very confused.
I think this was not in game. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay,
deciding
okay.
Who has which key?
Yeah.
That was just us clarifying. No, so this would
Okay,
have been
okay.
like 3 seconds.
She's like,
So,
oh, give me the key. Okay, cool. Here you go.
Yes. So that's that. Core, trust me. This is what was going to happen. I did my best.
I know you did. I need Pat's J.
Okay.
He's working on this grid person thing.
So you guys are there. You're at the shore. You can see ocean in front of you. It's pretty calm. The waters are nice. The weather is nice. It's very early in the morning.
I'm looking at Ilya like,
When we get to the, I think we should go to the bandits. And when we get there, to the shore, we just have to be careful to lay low.
oh, huh. We can certainly try.
Let's go.
Alright. So how do you guys want to do this?
With the boat, I'm
Alright.
hoping.
So you guys just want to all shove yourselves onto the boat and just pretty much row across?
Is
Yeah.
Ilya okay?
This is why I'm asking.
Ilya's fight or flight is engaged, and so it's like, I have no fear of anything except for dying and getting caught.
So,
So
Ilya's fine.
Ilya seems very fine. Maybe a little bit hyperactive, but very fine.
Cloud
Can
kind of...
I sit with Ilya and create like little lights for Ilya to look at to distract him from the water?
Yeah, for sure.
Ilya's actually helping rowing, so
Oh
Oh,
really?
dang!
yeah.
I'm weak.
Character development. It only took threat of death. So you guys...
Yep.
However you want to do it, in the however many boats that you have, plus the log, all strap yourselves in
making
somehow.
Lights for myself.
Willie and Kronk, kind of, as you're sort of getting ready to head off or whatever, they kind of look out towards the shore and the direction you guys are headed in, and Kronk looks to Baron and quickly, like, kind of pokes Baron in the side, like he wants your attention.
Yes.
This is not in the direction of our home, so if you don't require our services anymore, we will head in the opposite direction. We are very terrified of what lurks on that side of the island.
Really, I thought our time together has made us friends now.
He turns a different shade of green. Oh, well. It, well, that is true. It has been an experience, but we can't go there. The Tabaxi don't like us, and they have betrayed
No,
us.
we're going to. I'm going to help reform this country so that everyone will be accepted.
Oh my god.
He tears up a little as you say that.
Don't they turn goblins into tea over in the...
Yeah, they do. There have been incidents of like goblins destroying stuff, as far as you've heard, and them being turned into tea, as far as you know. So it seems like the tabaxi relations with goblins are generally not like equal. Let's say there's a definite moral conundrum to be explored there, should you decide to explore it. But he kind of looks at you with a tear in his eye. I hope that you achieve what you set out to do. It's very noble. And he turns to Willie. Did you hear that? And Willie looks at him like he didn't understand what he just said. The bugbear doesn't really actually understand anything that Krunk says, but he's just sort of going along with it. He's just kind of looking around. He looks pretty fine. Where he was looking paranoid before, he looks pretty chill now, but they kind of look back to you. And he kind of motions and kind of tries to communicate to the bugbear that they're going to be staying back and leaving a different way. And then he tells you, Baron, tell the party I said good luck. And from Willie too. He's not very expressive, but we really have to go back. Don't run to risk being killed or abducted.
It's alright. By the time I see you next, hopefully, the society would have changed.
Oh my goodness. This is so fake, it has to be.
I will tell True Math about your good deeds. In the meantime,
Oh god.
good luck. Stay safe. Goodbye, travelers. He kind of like looks to the rest of the group and says this, and you, for the rest of you, without having yet had this translated, you hear sort of a, and he kind of waves, and you can kind of, sort of get the gist of what's going on, by the looks on their faces.
Are they just jumping out of the boat?
Oh, they haven't gotten in yet. They're just like on the shore as you guys are piling in, however you decided.
Ah, right.
And they're about to head back in the opposite direction from which you came. So, you guys get in the boats, you make your way across slowly, you see, as you sort of row away, I just had a really funny idea. As you row away, you see,
That's never good.
you see Krunk and the bugbear kind of like trying to sneakily run back into the forest. You remember, okay, this is what I was thinking that I thought it would be funny, but it actually kind of, I already decided something that wouldn't make sense for this, but you know how the orcs rode off before? It'd be funny if you guys ran into each other and had like a pirate battle, but you guys for the most part you guys pretty okay. If you, as you're rowing, because this will take a little while, can I get you guys to make perception checks for me?
Oh no.
Natural 20, biatches. 20.
19.
Ooh, dang.
Nice. 24.
22.
Jesus Christ, holy moly. Okay, all of you looking around, kind of looking around, you're looking at the shore, you're looking where you came from. You can pretty clearly see that there are orcs at the camp now, even from this distance that you've rode out a bit. They seem to not really have paid much attention to you guys. They're kind of they seem to be doing something around the pool where you guys originally found the fruit from. Or fruit at, I should say. From this distance, even now, you can kind of tell there's like a glowing from the pool there that there was, which when you originally came there, was there before you picked the fruit, which slowly died down to the point of it not really glowing much at all. Once you had picked everything off of it, it seems to have been restored, which gives off the impression with your perception that you think it might have maybe grown back and that this fruit grows really fast.
They don't know. They've been robbed.
So they're just kind of puzzled, and they seem to be doing something there. You can't really tell from this distance. Looking out into the atoll, you see kind of another very faint, it's very hard to tell in the daytime, but with all your rolls being as good as they are, you see for a moment, again, kind of another familiar sight that I think a few of you have seen, where the glow from the center of the atoll immediately vanishes for a brief moment. And then after a few moments, it kind of starts to glow back up again. And during the daytime, this is very hard to notice, but kind of looking around, you do see the subtle variation in the shade of the water, I guess, coming from the depths. Aside from that, you're kind of looking around. Weirdly enough, there aren't any fish or any sea creatures in this area. That's just something that you notice now with all your crazy rolls. Aside from that, You don't see any birds either. There isn't very much wildlife flying over this.
No, we
atoll.
see Captain Featherbird. He's a bird.
Ah, there you go.
Featherbird, yeah. Wrapped in a
We also
burrito,
see
you
a
do.
bard.
A bard and a bird. So you guys make your way across, and you're sort
The
of rowing.
bards and the bees.
Oh, actually, while you guys are rowing, do you mind if we take a very quick, like, 2-minute break, just because I kind of need to pee?
Sure.
Sweet. Okay, you guys are rowing. There's water. I think all the talk about water like this to me, but chill out for a little bit, get a refill, have some fun.
Yeah.
I'll be back in like 1 minute.
Okay.
Boy.
Muhahaha. Oh. Back in action. Hope you're ready to die. I'm kidding. And then you spot a kraken in the water.
No, I need to tell you something. The
Oh.
game we played at university, it was really fun. We had to go down into this temple because we'd been told to like destroy it. Turned out it was a temple to the Kraken, and they were trying to like summon the Kraken by getting us to like disturb its temple. And my character, Kev, was like, "No, I don't want to kill Krakens," and he turned into an octopus and swam away. And it was great.
Nice. That sounds like a really fun adventure, actually.
It was really fun. Yeah, it was enjoyable.
I'm glad. That sounds pretty nice.
Yeah. Anna's gonna try and come again and bring her boyfriend next time.
Anna?
Anna. Our friend Anna.
Oh, right, yeah.
Not Anna from D&D.
Yeah, that's why I was like
Other
confused.
Anna.
Like I was like, oh, no, in Sydney. But
Other Anna. We have a few Anna friends. Well, I have a few Anna.
that should be really nice. That's really great.
Yeah. She played Rhea, and I didn't even tell her anything about Rhea, but she played him so well. Like, she had the whole, like, creepy, mysterious vibe going down, and I was like...
Oh, that's so good.
You know how Anna's, like, really good at pronunciation and stuff, because she speaks a few different languages? She pronounced his name, like, Rhea Malel, so well, and I was just like, how? I can't do that.
She can be like the canon pronouncer of our names. Oh.
No, she pronounced it really nicely, and everyone at the table was like, well, my character's name's Cantaloupe. And I was like,
And this is fair also.
it was Cantaloupe, Bertie, Kev, Walder, and some other names.
What race and class was Cantaloupe? I just need to know.
Goliath Barbarian, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. We had and then the Dragonborn fighter was like full on like emo and lived really into like MCR and like Fallout Boy, but like put fantasy spins on the name. So like as they were walking along, like the fighter was like making fun of Kev for being so like wimpy. But then as soon as
Aw.
Kev turned into a giant eagle, he earned the respect of the fighter. So then the fighter was like, "Do you want to go to like all that boy sit with me?" And I was just like, "No."
Oh my god. Oh.
It was fun.
Dude, I'm glad that we're all together again, playing. It's fun.
E.
It's always good times. Also, if there's any stuff you want me to clarify about any like random crap I've brought up,
Yes, I have stuff I want to clarify.
go for it.
I forgot why the goblin and the bugbear were with us in the first place.
Okay, so the goblin was the handler for the bugbear before he got like charmed and convinced to be like super, kind of friendly towards Core. When you guys initially encountered him, his initial role was to sniff out the fruit. The bugbear could sniff the fruit, but he can go kind of berserk sometimes, which I have like mechanics for in the background. Shh. But nothing really crazy happened. The goblin is there to keep him in check, and they were originally there for like a really stupid puzzle that I came up with, which we'll not talk about. But they were mostly just there to help find the fruit. The bear was there because the bear can sense the fruit. It's not a bear. It's like a humanoid. The bugbear was there because he could smell the fruit, and help guide you. But when you guys actually got there, he couldn't smell a gosh darn thing until he got like into the water. So that's why he was there.
I like that we didn't kill the bug.
But why did we start adventuring with them?
Well, they were just there to accompany you on the quest, kind of thing.
Good evening.
Hello. You.
Hello.
That's a good pose. I was just saying, if there's any like random thing you want me to clarify or go over, whenever, just feel free to ask.
Why are we doing this?
Just in general.
Captain
Yeah, why are
wants
we
the
looking
fruit.
for the fruit? The captain, but why are we doing that for the captain?
He'll give us gems.
I think he originally said that he was gonna give you.
Really?
He was gonna talk and give you information. I think gems were the other thing that he
No,
wanted.
actually, yeah, we wanted information about
Cole's only doing it for the gems. Why is he here?
Hang on, I'm only here for. Wait a second, I'm only here because Koi is here. If Cole's only here for the gems,
Okay.
when it ends, we're
Are we
just
getting the
gone.
gems?
So
Bye.
to clear
I
up,
don't understand.
I'm pretty sure what you're
Yes.
remembering is that when you guys killed the bandits the first time round in the first session, they had gems
They
on
wanted-
them, which Core pickpocketed. He looted them. He looted the bodies. I'm sorry. So you're presuming that they know where the gems are, which Captain Stronghead I think confirmed that they have they have some stash of gems or whatever. But he refused to kind of talk much about anything else, and said that he would talk with you further or whatever if you either gave him more gems, because that's what he asked for, or the fruit. And you guys were like,
Oh.
Acting under the wrong impression this entire time.
Oh.
The only reason Core put himself in mortal danger was because he thought he was getting more gems.
I mean, you
because
might be.
was stupid.
there wasn't anything to suggest that you weren't
Are you
getting them.
though? Are you dumb though? What's your intelligence there, Core?
Core's got a really good intelligence. It's his poor piece stuff. He's got a 17. He's
Yeah,
smarter than
and
Brian.
And how's his wisdom?
15.
I'll let
Yeah,
okay.
that's really bloody good. My highest stat is 15. So,
Okay, I'll let if you want, Core. I'll let you
Is it?
roll
Actually, I think that's fine.
intelligence, just to think about it while you're on the boat, kind of thinking
no,
back
I'm
on
lying. Yeah.
I thought it
22.
was
it. 22.
we thought
You feel like, with the amount of stuff that you've brought, you could probably convince him to give up a few gems. Look at how many
A
fruits you're
few?
bringing back. He was asking for like a single fruit. You guys are bringing back like 60. You got seeds as well, which he doesn't even know that you know that he might want. So you get a pretty good feeling that you can definitely get some gems out of the transaction with your roll of 22.
Definitely.
But you also do remember that that wasn't explicitly stated as a trade. So that's what you get out of that.
Core's having a sulk.
He has a realization on the boat. Like, he's just like, we all watch him deflate.
Cloud notices this and kind of tries
His
to...
like sparkles like go down a bit. He's just like
Core,
banana
what?
fish, no trauma.
I'm sorry to trigger you. I just wanted to put something away. Okay.
Ah,
It kind of
I
looks at
saw
you.
it. Yeah.
So
fine.
you okay? Lily, for real? IRL?
I found I found a banana fish comic in Book Off the other day, and I was close. Was close.
I never bought
Constant-
it because I just can't go through that again.
No,
The
I'm constantly on the
pain.
lookout for Captive Prince, the light novel, though.
I found it in Sydney and I didn't buy it because I was an idiot. When I came back to buy it, someone else had bought it and I was
Wait, you're going back to Sydney temporarily, right?
like, yes. On the 4th, and I'm seeing Quinny on the 7th, apparently.
Are you going to be scouting Kinokuniya at some point?
Maybe. I do love Kinokuniya. I can go take another look. They're ridiculously overpriced though. Like, it's what, 600 yen in Japan, and Kinokuniya is like $30, and I'm like,
Well, you can just ask me. Wait, no, don't find the books you want. I'll buy them for you. So I don't. The shipping is probably cheaper.
I think it actually is real.
It's probably pretty niche, Captain. There is a Kinokuniya, but I'm pretty sure the only one's in Tokyo. Please.
Yeah, no, I'll go. I'm going to Tokyo next weekend.
Oh, nice.
Again?
Yeah, my parents are coming for the rugby,
Isn't traveling to Tokyo, like, expensive?
but they're also coming to see me.
Cute.
Oh, you're from my perspective. No, I can take the local train.
Okay.
And it's. Oh yeah, Thomas, when are you coming, by the way?
Hasn't been decided yet, but I will probably be buying tickets, like, at the end of this year. I'm still figuring out, like, if I can go somewhere around. Wait, how long are you staying, actually?
3 years.
I thought it was 2 years.
I need more money, especially if I'm going back to uni for as long as it looks like I'm gonna have to go back for.
Okay.
So 2 or 3 years.
Whew.
The time right now is next year at some point. Probably, maybe during the middle of the year, I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, that's the same time as me.
You're going in May.
Yeah, that's middle of the year.
Yeah.
We'll work it out.
Georgia really wants to book things, so make sure you talk to her.
I don't think I can commit for a while.
Nah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later. Anyway.
Also, wait, I have one more question before we go back to the fantasy. Does that mean we're not playing on the 6th? Because I've been trying to get Wi-Fi to do that.
No, the 6th is the Friday for our game, yeah?
Sunday.
Yeah. Nope, I'm pretty sure I'm able to play on the 6th.
Okay, I will continue endeavouring to get Wi-Fi.
The 6th is the Sunday evening. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
We'll make this happen.
But if it's well, hang on a second. If it's gonna be like extra stress,
I need the Wi-Fi anyway. It just depends like how much Wi-Fi I need to get.
okay.
So it's fine. Because I have a
Right, then
massive
I'll let you
essay
guys.
to do.
I'm gonna confirm with my parents the timings of everything tomorrow. I should be on a train. I have a rugby game on the Saturday, and then I'm coming back. I'm staying in Tokyo on the Monday. So just need to make sure I have my plans sorted with my parents, so that then we're on the same page. I'll confirm 100% tomorrow then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Easy peasy. And if some of you guys still want to play D&D, I can potentially order one shot to go, maybe.
I might not.
one
If
shot
it's a
to
one
go.
shot, I might not because it's with my family. So if it's not like one of the campaign games.
Yeah, no, I'll just ask to like gauge interest or whatever. But if like
Yeah.
people want to do other stuff, that's totally okay. I wouldn't
Campaign,
mind
I will
not
always
having to
make
do the
sacrifices.
extra work, so it's totally okay. But I also like playing D&D, so I'm cool either way. It's just there on the table just in case anybody's like, I really want to play D&D, please. But
Oh my gosh, Thomas, please. You do this.
you don't understand. D&D is my life.
Thomas, no.
I'm so sorry. That gives me the giggles so bad.
It makes me sad.
I would apologize, but I am kind of. I'm sorry for enjoying this as much as I am. I can apologize for that. No, I'm sorry. I'll never not do that as much.
BRB.
Okay.
How you guys doing? Okay, you guys
Yes.
are rowing your way to the island with your crazy good perception rolls. The stuff that I've described is pretty much what you notice. Looking elsewhere, you don't
Yes.
see much else. Approaching the shoreline as you are. Jade, you would kind of sort of recognize the shoreline because you kind of sort of exited from around here roughly to scoot off, even though it would have been on a slightly different tangent following the coastline of like the little islands and stuff. And you get the idea that like the orcs that were on this island and like on the next two other islands as well were shooting at you from there, and that's kind of it explains the consistency with the orc appearances. As you approach, you have, from your perspective, kind of like this sort of slightly dense forest coming in. It's not quite as dense as the small little aisle that you were on just before, but
Right.
Jade, you know that through this forest, if you were to just go straight through it, you would reach farmland pretty quickly, and that farmland stretches over quite a bit of land, and it's very spread out, as farmland generally is. The others would have
Yeah.
no information of this aside from what they've heard from you.
Okay.
It doesn't look like there's any activity along the shoreline. It doesn't look like you see much of anything else.
Okay. I'm the strongest one, I think. So am I leading the sort of rowing charge,
If you like.
Yes.
or is that Ilya? Ilya.
What it is.
Okay. All right, then I will row us into the quietest, most sort of secluded part of the coastline, which
Yeah,
looks
sure.
close to where I remember the farm being,
Mm.
if possible.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say that you pretty much recognize the sort of layout because this is very close to where you would have exited originally. So you know that there's like a little sort of bit of the beach where it's a little bit more shrouded in trees that you can kind of get off a bit more subtly. So I'm guessing we're there.
All right. Yeah. And then I'll say, is there anyone who can scout without us being seen? I mean, long distances, wide-ranging. We need to get a general understanding of the landscape, not just a scout ahead.
I have a bird.
That would be very good, I think, because I want to be just sure there's nobody waiting for us.
Okay, Core sends his bird up.
Alright, you send your bird up, and as you sort of fly forward and you scout the terrain, you see the kind of forest quickly part, and very quickly it starts to turn into like a much more clear area. You do see kind of like little stumps here and there from trees that had been cut down from who knows how far back. You do see pretty quickly that it turns to farmland, very big lands. You can't tell exactly from flying over it what kinds of vegetables they're growing. Just kind of looks like green shrubbery popping out from the ground. For the most part, at least. You do see some like pumpkins over there, and those are very visible and noticeable compared to the other little green stalks that you can't really gauge too much of. You see some grains or whatever, and they seem to be growing mostly kind of a little bit of everything. You do see a little bit of livestock as well inside, some cows. Not very many, but you do see those. You see pretty much the farmland. You get a pretty good view of it, and it looks like there isn't very much activity going on. You do see in the distance a very small sort of shack that seems to have a lot of commotion going on around it, or not necessarily commotion, but a lot of activity in that general area. Can't tell exactly what it is unless you fly all the way close to it. And around there you just see like a lot of smaller kind of family farms.
Okay. I relay that information to the party.
Cool.
Then I think there's a safe place in the farms we can head to. Someone called Mrs. Cloud and a small bird called Oliver live there.
Cloud kind of perks up. My sister.
Yes.
Is it a good idea to bring... Just points at Tome of Nature.
She's kind of still wrapped up in the burrito.
No.
Bad idea.
Yeah. But we need somewhere to shelter Cloud, and I think his sister is the best solution. By this point, they probably would have already ransacked and determined that he wasn't staying there. Maybe. This is all guessing, though. I can't be sure.
So what do we do about dead bird lady?
Put her outside?
I think the smell might give her away.
Oh, also, Core, there is
Bury
actually
her?
one other thing that you would have seen in the far distance.
Yeah.
Smoke. But that's
Oh.
past the farms. That's way...
Someone started a fire.
And we're gonna let it burn, burn, burn.
My apologies for missing that crucial piece of information.
What's the method of execution country? Interest.
Say again.
Did they have a specific method of execution?
Well,
Okay.
from the letter, if you know that it's from Capital, you've been to Capital. You're kind of familiar generally with capital punishment. They don't serve it out very often, but it's generally done in a number of different methods. A popular method is public hanging, although some criminals are killed by the crown in secret, kind of out of the way, not for the public to see. It generally depends on the crime committed, and then the punishment is just a very severe kind of punishment decided on by kind of a council. That's the general sort of knowledge that you have. Past that, you haven't been well, how much digging into like the crown's proceedings have you done, I guess, is my question.
Core doesn't really get involved with that. I think he was hoping more for a guillotine, though.
They have used guillotines in the past. You've read that in maybe like history books or something in the whatchamacallit, in the history books that you would have read at school.
And no burning at the stake.
Burning at the stake, it hasn't ever been mentioned anywhere.
Okay. He didn't have that conversation out loud.
Out of curiosity, he's thinking like, how bad would it be if Cloud did
Yeah.
Mind the letter did say accomplices too, so they didn't.
What time of day is it?
It's pretty early morning. It's like 10 a.m. maybe.
Oh, I think cover of darkness is probably the best bet.
It's pretty bright. It's actually very good weather. Sunny, few clouds. Only the one with you.
Should we
No.
push to the tree line before the farms and then wait till dark?
Sounds good.
Cool.
Okay.
You guys just want to wait in like the forested area for the whole time?
I want to do arcane reverie during this time.
Yeah, go for it. You guys can take like a short rest while you're here, kind of resting in the farm. I mean, not
Yes,
in the farm,
please.
in the forest area south of the farm. Looking around, you don't really see much of anybody. This is like the edge of the farmland. There aren't like people here or anything. You do get a close look at some of the crops. You can see like some cauliflowers. But aside from that,
Cauliflower.
not much going on here. Would you guys like to roll just general perception checks while you're here before or after you take your short rest, depending on whenever you want to do it?
I rolled an 11.
11?
18 plus 2, 20.
Okay.
17.
17? Baron?
17.
Dang! Okay.
Hey.
Looking around, all of you kind of get the idea that it's pretty relaxed for the most part. You do notice, for those of you who rolled slightly higher, so everybody except Jade, I think, that there is a lot more like subtle wildlife activity now that you get like the direct comparison between the two aisles. You do hear like birds chirping, you hear constant little rustles in the bushes and stuff. You hear like buzzing of various insects kind of in the bushes and whatnot. Just general sort of nature-esque sounds, but nothing too crazy.
How's Tome of Nature enjoying it?
Tome of Nature looks like she's had better days.
Should we lay Tome of Nature to rest?
Tome of Nature
Oh.
is looking at you.
Later.
Oh, I didn't say that. Core's just looking at her like,
She's looking back. You have very pretty eyes.
thank you.
I like your hair. No, she doesn't say that.
I'm sad. But Jade is fine. So, Tome of
Jade is
Nature.
She looks back at you. Sorry, what was... I don't know if I asked your name.
My name is Jade.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Jade.
Jade Statue.
Jade Statue. Pleasure to meet you. I am Tome of Nature.
Tome of
I
Vanity.
think... Oh. I think you should start referring to yourself in the past tense to make it easier.
Wait, what do you mean?
You are not alive anymore.
She looks down at herself. I mean, I feel okay. I think maybe I should see a doctor.
You aren't going to get better. Can I make a medicine check? Is she going to get
You can, yeah, go for it. Make a medicine check. See what you know.
Oh, 10.
Or
10.
I was gonna.
It's hard to say.
I already kind of believe that she isn't gonna get better.
I was gonna
Sort
ask
of.
almost if I can do like the intelligence check again. What Core vaguely knows about necromancy? Is she gonna get better?
Yeah, go for it. You know a little bit.
11
11
plus
Oh.
3
plus 3.
14.
Thinking back on the small amount of necromancy that you've covered just in your general studies and at school and whatnot, there has been mention of kind of living past the point of having the spell originally kind of wear off, but you don't know too much about like anything even remotely close to a full recovery from something like being resurrected and more so than that being kind of combined in Frankenstein with other monsters.
Reincorporated.
Yeah, there's nothing in anything that you've ever heard about or read about necromancy regarding like body parts being put back together. That's not something that's ever been covered necessarily. But even just
Maybe we
necromancy
should
in
release
general.
her into the
Be free! Fly away!
Fly away.
So, you're going to not get better. In fact, you're probably only going to get worse.
It's okay, I feel fine, I think. Like ooze dripping.
I don't.
So, here is my thought process. Is there something you really wanted to do? Something you want to see done, considering the information you now know?
She kind of thinks for a bit. And her eyes get a little bit misty for a second, and she kind of contemplates what she's about to say. I want to see my dad again.
Your dad is also a criminal. I just want to let you know, and he is going to be burnt at stake. Or how do they die in this country?
No,
Oh,
I refuse
no.
to believe it. My dad would never hurt a fly.
Okay, well, how about this? You can prove it to us by taking us to him when the time is right.
To my father? The last time I saw him years ago, he was operating a shop in a town. My memory's a bit fuzzy.
I think we have been to that town.
He sold potions.
We have been indeed.
So we will.
He also
take you
sold
there.
some secret potions too, that were very hard to steal.
Yes. I think. Wait, is this new information to us?
Mm-hmm.
He
What
made-
kind of secret potion?
Well,
And to who?
he sold healing potions at his shop, and you could. He sold those, but he was also working on some other potions that wouldn't work unless you added another ingredient.
What was the ingredient?
I would have to go back to the shop. I know where he kept his documents. I don't remember what the ingredient was. But he didn't
Was
sell
looking
those.
at-
He
oh,
kept
yeah.
those locked up. How do you know about them?
About the shop?
Yeah.
We've been there, I believe.
Oh, you visited my father. My
I don't
dad.
see the others.
My dad.
You will take us to them, and that will hopefully let you have some peace of mind.
I can show you where the store is. I think I remember.
Okay.
But I don't know where we are right now. I don't recognize this at all.
I know where we are.
Wow, it's so much farm. Look at all the farm.
Yeah, we can't go there quite yet, so please wait.
You know, this wasn't here a few years ago.
What was here a few years ago?
It was a lot of forest. I think this is south of the town. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember they started chopping down trees. They said they were going to build farms.
Looks like they did what they said they would do.
Yeah. She's kind of looking around. Oh, my neck hurts.
Don't move too much, you're going to fall apart. I'm actually quite concerned about what's going to happen if we try and her from the swaddling cloth. So I'm just not
Yeah.
going to.
Maybe we should put her in a freezer.
If only Brian was here now.
Alright, go into the
Finally.
bag of colding. It's your time.
Let's summon Brian from the AU.
Ice, baby.
Yeah.
Do you know why I made it a bag of colding? I thought it would just be funny to do it a little bit, get a little bit crazy with Dungeons and Dragons. Back when I thought giving them a bag of colding was going to be crazy. Look at us now. We're talking.
We did
to
keep a
dead
corpse
person.
in there.
We did.
There's still a wait. Is there still a corpse?
Nope. There's an arm.
Just the arm. Okay.
Just the arm.
Well, okay, anyways, you guys are in the forest, and you've taken your long rest. Oh, sorry, you're not your long rest. Unless you want to rest a long rest, but you were there for a short rest. I'm gonna say an hour passes by as you're sort of idly waiting around. Do you want to wait all the way until evening, or is there anything else you'd like to do during the daytime? Also, keep in mind, Jade, you would know from the note that was received, if a week is really the exact amount of time that's going to pass before the Royal Guard arrives, then you guys have 3 days, including today, in game time, before they actually arrive at the atoll.
That's fine. So, to the others I say, do you want to mobilize? Is haste more important to you than secrecy?
I'm okay. We don't need to go back to the town.
Okay.
I mean, I can change Cloud's fur color so he looks less like Cloud.
Oh, that might...
We can do something about you, Jade.
I have
We can
makeup.
paint.
Yeah, Ilya can paint. I'll wash it off later.
Will you make me up?
Contour your
Ilya?
face.
Say again, Baron?
Or contour your face.
Okay. Make me up.
Make me
Oh,
up!
God.
Make me up inside!
Moon prism power! Makeup. That was stupid.
What color is Cloud?
Not if she has the
He's
makeup.
honey yellow.
Can I make him like very dark brown?
Yeah, with Thaumaturgy, I'll let you do that. He is like all fur, so you can
Prestidigitation.
change. If you can change the color of hair, then you can change the color of fur.
He can. He's been changing Baron's this.
So you change him, and he kind of looks at himself. Ooh, chocolate. So what's my backstory? Who am I? I'm not Cloud, right?
Oh,
Yerrick.
I love to make up character stories.
No, you're
Let's
Yerrick.
make-
Cumulonimbus.
Thin air. Let's pull them out of something out of thin air.
Nimbus.
I think that you are
Yerrick.
Brian.
Brian. Okay, I am Brian.
Brian Yerrick.
Brian Yerrick is an odd name for a tabaxi.
Von Krisenberg.
I feel appropriated.
Von Krisenberg. Okay, Brian Yerrick von Krisenberg.
On Krisenberg.
All right. If anybody queries me, I will say that I'm from Europe, and Europe doesn't exist here.
Tell
I'm
them you're from Eustacia.
Oh.
from Eustacia. Okay, I like it.
Oh my gosh, the cannons are all converted.
I don't even show up. Okay.
We'd have like one epic crossover.
Mm, I like it.
All right. So what do you guys
Brian
want to
would
do?
hate core.
If you guys just want to wait, I can just time skip to the end and tell you anything that happens in between and get you to roll like perception checks for that whole period. Or if you guys want to do something during the day, how do you guys want to go about doing this? Do you want to wait or do you
I
want to
want
go?
to steal a.
Say again.
I want to steal a cauliflower.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it. It's like
I
kind of.
fucking knew you'd do that.
It's like right there. There's nobody around. Even if you want to stealth, you can, but you can pretty much do it like in broad daylight with nobody really seeing you.
Okay. That is a 9 for stealth.
9 for stealth. Okay. Yeah. You feel kind of stealthy, but you get the idea. Like, okay, maybe I should just be careful anyway. And
My ears are hurting, so I'm gonna take my headphones off.
you walk over and you inspect the cauliflower, and it looks like a cauliflower. You do see like little plucks kind of sprinkled out through the thing, and it says, "Please don't steal the cauliflower."
Aw.
Wait a minute. You don't actually know what the plucks is, don't you? You see,
Ilya cannot read.
You see little
anything
plucks.
but thieves can't.
There's little plucks. They have some scribbles on them. You don't really know what they mean.
Yep.
Or at least just by looking at them. How many would you like to steal?
Just the one.
Just the one? Alright.
Cauliflower big, you know.
Alright, you get a big one. You get a big cauliflower boy. Big chunky boy. You rip it out of the ground.
But why?
I would like to exude a menacing aura from behind. Considering that Ilya's stealing is what got Cloud into this mess in the first place. When she comes back, I want to just look her dead in the eye and say, no more, turn around, put it back.
It has already been ripped out. It will die. We might as well eat it.
That's not the point, Ilya. Why? Why do you need that? That's someone's livelihood.
I'm gonna eat it.
They were going to eat it, so were their children. Their children are dying, Ilya.
They could end up like Tome.
Mm.
Everybody looks at the
What if
dying
they
bird.
think... What if somebody needed to meet a certain quota of cabbage crop?
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower crops.
Cabbage!
And
There's
if they
some
don't
cabbages
meet that
still.
quota, they get killed. Who knows? It's a cruel world.
This is only 1,999 cabbages.
Okay, I'll
And cauliflower?
punch her in the face and take the cauliflower.
Jade!
Non-lethally.
Non-lethally? How do you punch
It's
somebody
more like
non-lethally?
it's more of like a distraction, like, bah! And then I grab it.
Where?
Yeah.
Ilya?
Me, arguing for moral sanity, punches in the face.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me roll an intelligence check to see if this is a good idea.
Ah!
I rolled 11, so
11?
maybe I changed my mind.
I was like, Ilya just grabs her nose and just goes up a tree and just hangs out.
I don't actually punch you. I haven't punched you.
Okay.
Is the thing.
Okay.
But because I would have had to roll to do that, is the thing, and given you damage, which could have killed you, which I don't want to
No.
do. So I'm
think
gonna
it
not
will
do that,
take up
but I
your
am gonna
punch.
try and steal the cabbage from her.
Cauliflower.
Alright, sleight of hand versus... dexterity, maybe?
Perception is usually what it is if it's.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, good
Okay.
point, perception.
How was that? I don't think you're gonna roll. I don't think you're gonna beat me. It was a 16 on the dice.
Alright,
Yeah.
you snatch it. What the hell's going on?
Ugh.
I'm gonna let you have the choice. Do you want to go and give this back?
I couldn't hear the other choice.
Yeah, there isn't another choice. Or
It's
do
a
you want to be my
cauliflower.
friend?
Cauliflower?
It's what the cauliflower represents. Core.
Oh, whatever. And he just goes and sit down.
Yeah. Ilya is very confused and just is still actually just gonna go scramble up a tree.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
I want to
throw-
follow Ilya.
I roll the cauliflower back to the patch, and then I.
You roll it into the patch, it kind of rolls over and like falls in one of the little crevices where the ground has been kind of dug a little bit. It kind of vaguely falls back into the position that it was in originally.
I want to follow Ilya up the tree and give her some of my pocket rations. Say, if you asked me, I would have given them to you if you were hungry. And I leave them there, and I go and sit down.
I also went up the tree with Ilya.
Ilya will take the rations and probably climb up a little bit higher and then in private.
Okay. I will say I didn't actually punch you in the face. That's just something I say. But I'm just like, oh fuck it, I'll punch her in the face.
Cloud's just looking himself
no,
over at this point.
I would have 100% taken the punch.
Yeah, you deserved it, but I didn't do it.
Does Ilya like have a sense of like I want to be left alone?
Only when eating. Ilya would come down basically when done.
Okay. Core wants to grab Ilya when Ilya's coming back down. He's just sitting on a long branch waiting.
Baron, look at how chocolatey I am.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. You look very wonderful.
Well, thank you. I don't taste like chocolate. That's disappointing.
Okay. That is great.
I am Carl von... I don't remember my name. It is Yerrick.
No.
No,
Brian Yerrick.
von Krisenberg.
Brian Yerrick von Krisenberg.
Christopher or something.
Christopher Robin.
Christopher.
Christopher Robin Brian Yerrick von Krisenberg. From...
Brian.
From Asteria. I don't remember where I'm from.
Eustacia.
From Eustacia. This is very hard to keep track of. My brain is running at full force trying to compute all of this. I'm ready for battle. No, I'm not. What's our plan?
Meet up with Ilya.
I look up at the tree. Cloud looks up at the tree. Are you all right up there?
Trying to have a moment. Core yells down.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready when you are. Hope you're okay. I'll treat you to a drink if we reach the tavern.
I can make my own drink.
I can. I have alcohol to provide, but it's just an option.
Okay.
I feel like we should offer hot chocolate on the menu.
Alcoholic hot chocolate.
Yeah, I was just thinking like
Ooh.
Irish hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so what are you guys doing? You guys are having a moment?
Core wants to like turn to Ilya and be like, "Are you okay, pal?"
Your very large friend confused me.
Confuses. Sorry, that cut out.
Sorry, your very large friend
It cut out on the same word. What is
Confuses me.
Confuses me.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Jade means well. I noticed you were a little bit uncomfortable because Jade was like, "I'm gonna sell you out to the police instead of Cloud," which of course would make anyone uncomfortable, including me. You know, I'm a little bit dodgy too. And I would rather that Jade didn't do that, but I also don't like telling Jade off. So I'm sorry if I don't really pick sides, but I want to let you know that I would not let Jade hand you over to the police.
That is very nice of you.
I'm not used to people saying that to me, but thank you. Do you want to just stay up here? Or do you want to go down and talk to Jade? Because I can mediate a discussion, but if you would rather keep your distance, I can make that happen.
I think keeping my distance will make my friend happy.
Okay, I'll talk to Jade later. We can just sit here.
Alright, how long do you guys sit for?
However long Ilya wants to
It's
sit.
still dark. It's
What
still
are you
dark.
doing up there?
Oh, right.
Can I
Okay.
take a branch and throw it down?
Yeah, sure.
Ilya has really just following with whatever the plan is for everybody else.
Okay.
And just-
branch. Oh.
You know, being a pack mule for fruit.
Alright,
Which-
well. Oh, you guys are carrying a lot of fruit. Santa Claus is... Right, cool.
Except Core.
Except Corey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that Cloud is helping out as well. Alright. I guess we are waiting then. And he kind of lies down on the grass, kind of looking at his arm, kind of still in bewilderment that you can change his color like this. He seems to be
I have
having
to
fun.
I have to keep that going. I think it expires after like an hour, so I'll eventually come back down and magic some more chocolate.
Okay, after a while he fades and he turns
It's
back
made
to
of
his honey
power.
yellow. Ooh, he kind of like watches himself turn back to normal. Ooh,
As it starts getting later in the night, not towards the night time, dark,
Hmm.
I want to look up at Ilya and say, I do need you to do my makeup though.
Okay, I can do that. What would you like to look like?
Surprise me. A normal human person thing, maybe.
You're not human.
Ah,
Okay, human it is. Do I need to roll for that, or are we just going to go with guys?
If you want to roll for it, you can definitely roll to
It's
see how
an
accurate.
an intelligence check to see how human I look. How well your perception of human is.
I mean, Elia has a decent.
I mean, you guys have Baron for reference.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
I'm 100% joking. I'm 100% joking.
Draw Jade into Baron.
Oh my goodness.
Two
I'll
Barons
take
walking
it.
around. Baron and
Costume.
Baron.
we have had 2 barons before.
We have actually. Yeah, we could have many Barons.
All the barons.
Shiny Boys turns into shiny Barons.
Sultan
That's a
von
12.
Biro is be my
12.
fun.
Do you want to? Yeah, It looks decent.
Unless Baron wants to help.
Baron, do you want to help out with painting?
Lends Jade one of the costumes, probably a hat.
Okay.
I'm
I'll
gonna
take
say,
it.
I'm gonna say ttrpg. You look fairly convincing.
Okay.
Who have limited experience with humans. To a human though, to Baron, Baron, you can pretty much tell.
Can
that
I?
he's still Jade.
Yeah. Whilst she's doing my makeup, can I make an insight check on Ilya to see how uncomfortable she is?
Up to Ilya.
Sure. Sure.
Insight is a.
I'd like to
It's
roll a
14.
deception check.
Go for it.
It's 15.
Okay. I'm still gonna say what I wanted to say, but I
Fair.
don't know why I'm saying it. I feel is the thing there. Ilya. Stealing makes things bad for people. No matter how big, no matter how small, I think that seeing how much stress Cloud has gone through has really shown that to me. He could have died because of what you thought was an innocent little steal, and I don't like that. So maybe think about who you're stealing from. Steal might be good. Or why you're doing it in the first place would be better. I don't know why I do a lot of the things that I do. I don't have any frame except for the ones that you give me or present to me. And I can't help but feel that even though Core has been showing me one thing, seeing Cloud's distress has shown me another side, which I like much less. So I'm sorry, but I can't condone what you're doing, even if you mean well. Thank you for doing this, though, and I point to my face.
Thank you for stealing.
You're
I
welcome.
point to my face with the makeup.
I was just gonna say that, like, basically with Elia just seems very professional. She's working on. Is that it?
Hmm.
Cool.
And I'm sorry And I'm sorry I rejected your gift. I didn't explain myself properly, and you couldn't have known. I'm sorry.
I don't know why you're apologizing to me. I just have to figure out what things.
What things? What? Sorry.
What things you like.
Hmm. Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Wholesome. Alright. So you guys have your moment together. All have your moments. And as the sun kind of starts to set, it approaches kind of nighttime at this point. It's like sort of 6 p.m., 7 p.m. at this point. And it's becoming darker and darker. And after a little while, you get the idea that you have like enough cover to sneak around in the dark without really being kind of too obvious in terms of like visually seen or anything like that. So long as you can keep quiet and strategically maneuver around, you feel like you've got a good chance now. If you want to make it up past the town towards the bandits, if that's where you're heading, or to the to Cloud's sister's house, if that's where you want to go. What do you guys want to do?
Wait, we can go straight to the bandits?
Well, I mean, you can like weave your way through and like go. It won't take too long. It'll take a couple hours maybe.
What would you prefer to do?
If we go straight to the bandits, we don't have to. He kind of like looks at Tome of Nature.
But what do we do with Cloud then?
Oh, does Cloud not want to come to the bandits?
Cloud didn't really want to come here in the first place.
We
With
can
my
drop him on the doorstep of his
I would.
family.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just
Cloud.
concerned about the dead person smell.
Then when we get close, I will take Cloud to his home and come meet you again. It'll take less than 10 minutes, I think, from the tree line.
Sounds fair.
Okay.
Hold on a moment, Cloud says. Are you taking me to... Wait, would he have heard this, first of all?
Yeah.
Are you taking me
I
to...
wouldn't have kept it secret.
Yeah. Are you taking me to the tavern? Or are you taking me to my sister?
Your sister. I don't know the tavern. But your sister will look out for you and protect you from the guards, yes?
Wait, you do know the tavern?
Oh, but I wouldn't have taken him there.
Yeah,
I don't think. That seems like the place that he would have been spotted easier.
True. Alright.
Mm.
Well, we
Okay.
have the cover of nightfall. Shall we head off in that case?
Can I make sure that there's the boat? Wait, we've already walked away from the boat. But we just moored it on the shoreline, right?
Yeah. Unless you
Okay.
want to do something with it?
No. I just want to make sure I knew where it was.
Yeah, you guys are only like maybe a couple minutes from the shoreline, so you can pretty quickly go
That's
check
fine.
up on it if you want to see if it's still there or something.
No, I'm okay with that.
Okay. So, if you'd like, you can head through and kind of weave like kind of around the edge of the forest. You remember vaguely where Morning Cloud's house would have been. It was kind of along the side of where the trees kind of met the farmland. So you get the idea that you can kind of skirt around without really being noticed. As you kind of walk through, if that's the way you want to go, then you sort of see the farmlands pass through. You see a few tabaxi here and there, but not that many considering it's getting late in the night. You do see what you recognize, Jade, to be the bait shop, which is the small shack that Core would have seen. Still very lively, a lot of tabaxi folk there. Bait shop's still open, very well lit, but just that small area, which is like still a way away from the cottage which Morning Cloud lives in. Looking around, there isn't much else going on, but you do see Morning Cloud's cottage there, and it's still not too late, so it is kind of lit up inside.
Okay. Alright, I will take Cloud back home.
Actually, I think Korn might go with Jade because he doesn't feel comfortable letting Jade go by himself, technically.
Okay. Then, shall we stealth over?
Yeah. Do you want to roll? There isn't anybody nearby that you can see, so you don't need a stealth if you think you don't want to, but you can stealth if you'd like to.
Well, I'll either make a perception check or a stealth check.
Well, you can make both.
To
You can make a
see-
perception check to scout the area, because I'm just giving you your passive
18.
observations. 18?
Yeah.
Core, are you looking as well?
Sure. 5.
5?
Yeah.
Core, yeah, you're kind of like out of it. You're ready to kind of snooze a little bit. You're not paying too much attention. You're just trying to keep an eye on Jade. Jade, you're looking around. You're pretty observant. looking around the fields, you can see there are a few tabaxi kind of around, but pretty far away. It doesn't look like that if you guys sneak that any of them will notice you, although walking around the farm to get kind of a good vantage point to get onto the pathway, it might be a good idea to stealth, or at least you get the idea.
Okay. Then let's stealth.
Much.
Can I use my pass without a trace, or is it too late?
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it.
19.
Same.
No, sorry, 21. 21.
Hell yeah,
Not
you,
same.
you guys are pretty invisible. What does pass without a trace do again?
Plus 10 to your roll. Any roll. So even Cloud.
Okay, so Cloud's pretty stealth then. He's got it.
Wait, is it? Are we also getting past that trace?
21, yeah.
Oh, 29.
Pass that. 29.
You guys are all very well hidden. You guys blend into the shadows, completely disappear. And you make your way through without causing any sort of fuss. Nobody seems to notice you. You make your way all the way up to the door frame. The door is open.
I knock anyway.
You knock, and you see two figures kind of look around. You recognize them. They're having dinner at this point. They're drinking some soup, it looks like, at their dinner table, kind of in the main room. Morning Cloud looks at you and recognizes you immediately, as does Oliver. Oliver kind of runs up to
Oh,
you.
that's worrying, because I'm wearing my disguise. Good, good, good.
I was rolling in advance. They both notice that you're you pretty quickly in like a costume, and Oliver looks at you and kind of realizes that you're kind of wearing very like weird clothing and asks you, "Oh, hello. Why are you dressed up?"
Because I ran away with your uncle.
Core laugh behind Jade.
A sordid affair.
Morning Cloud starts to giggle and laugh a little bit. Oliver looks kind of confused. "Ah, with Cloud."
He's here.
I ship it.
That's a bird cat person. End it. Kill it with fire.
They then notice after you kind of run in. Morning Cloud also waves. She says, "Hello, nice to see you again." And then she looks at the other two and notices Core, who she doesn't recognize. Neither of the two of you recognize Core, or the two of them recognize Core. Sorry. So they sort of like wave like, "Hello, welcome to our home." And they both look at Cloud, and Oliver runs up and he looks at Core first, and is like unsure. So he kind of like waves and says hi. And then
I think Core still looks like a child. I don't think he ever shifted back.
Oh really? Okay, well he just runs up and he tries to give you a hug.
Core's just like,
"Hello,
Okay.
welcome to our house." And he runs up and he kind of he hugs like the leg. of-
30-year-old man child.
Oh, that makes me so uncomfortable.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god.
This is uncomfortable content. This session. No, it's fine. There's some
Like
good
the
moments.
orphan.
Oh,
Ew.
He gives Cloud a hug as well. He recognizes him. He doesn't see him too often, but he knows him. He seems pretty happy. Cloud kind of gives him like this pat on the head, as somebody would who is not very familiar or used to dealing with children, but doing his best as much as he can. He gives off that kind of vibe. Morning Cloud kind of laughs and looks at Cloud and frowns a bit and asks, "So what are you doing here? And you, what are you doing back here? Didn't you disappear? You've been missing for like a few days."
I can explain. And I'll break down everything. The reason why he had to run away, the reason why we're returning, the fact that he was going to be framed for a crime, and I want to say to them, both of you, the three of you, now that you're back together, they'll come looking, I think. So I think it's best if you either lay low or go away from here for a little while.
you should
Well-
have life.
If you say so. I guess I can house Cloud here. I heard that he disappeared. I don't know what exactly the situation is up at the town. I haven't been there in a while. We've just been trying to harvest our crops. I mean, we haven't heard anything down here in the farmland, but good luck. We can... Is there any consequence if we hide him here? What's the deal? What's in it for us?
You will be killed.
Oh, if we don't comply? Okay, cool. Yeah, Cloud, you can stay with us, sure.
Yeah.
We've got a spare bedroom.
If you help him hide, you will be killed.
Oh, okay, Cloud, you can't come in here.
Hang on a second. You're his sister.
Yeah, so I don't want to die.
That's cold. Cold.
I thought you were good people.
Good people. I have a kid to take care of. I can't really afford to just die, you know.
You have a brother.
And if what you're saying is true, and he stays here, they come from me and Oliver, I'm not so sure I'm okay with putting his life on the line as well.
Why don't you just leave?
Yes. You
Where-
could be safe as a family.
She kind of laughs to herself and like leans back in her chair. Where are we gonna leave to? Where do you suggest we go?
Take your cauliflowers and go.
Here's a tavern. You can get the money from the tavern. And
Ah,
go
she looks back at
anywhere.
Cloud. So you have a tavern. Nice. I didn't know about this. Cool that you let me know. Thanks, Cloud. And he kind of shrinks back into his like.
Can I
silhouetted
insight
head.
check Cloud? Does he look like he likes his sister?
You
Does
can
he
insight
look
check
like
him.
He's... Oh, fucking hell. It's like... Oh, actually, that's not that bad. It's 13.
He looks kind of guilty, more so than like anything else. As in, maybe there's a bit more to her attitude than he's letting on. But he doesn't look like he's, what's the word? I mean, like when you accuse somebody of doing something wrong when they've done something wrong, he's got kind of that sort of look.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You are...
She looks back at you.
this... You grew up with this man. He is your family.
Grew up with him. I don't think you know too much about our family history.
No?
We didn't grow up together.
Then... But you're still blood.
Partially, yes.
Cole looks uncomfortable.
What does that matter? If you share something...
There's only so much you're willing to risk. For
I'm...
certain people, I would say. Now, if it was my own life, maybe, sure. You know, I'd give Cloud some shelter here, but you have to realize what's on the line here. There's a bit more than I'm necessarily comfortable with if what you're saying is true and our lives really are at stake here. That if we're going to be killed, it's a bit much to ask for, you know, from a complete stranger.
But there isn't a complete stranger here. This is your brother.
She looks kind of back at him with kind of a very weird sort of expression, and then back at you. Cloud looks like he's trying to not really say anything. He looks very awkward. He looks like an awkward guy at a party who wants to leave, but his mum isn't picking up the phone. I'll tell you what. We'll house him for 2 days. And after that, he'll have to find somewhere else to go. And as far as anyone else is concerned, we never housed him. We can do that much. Oliver, oh, by the way, also Oliver looks like extremely sad throughout this entire conversation. He doesn't like the general tone of this.
Actually, I turn to Oliver and I say, Oliver,
Yes.
please remember that there are good people in this world. Not people like your mother here. I don't think
He
I
looks
want to
back at
leave
her
him
and
here
back at you.
anymore.
It's okay, she's not really my mother.
Hang on, I don't think I want to leave anyone here anymore. I turn back to Morning Cloud. Goodbye forever. Cloud, you're coming with me. And I leave. With Cloud. He ain't staying there! I don't like this energy! Bitch, what the fuck? Hang on a second, I'm enraged! Jade didn't show it. I'm so angry! Holy crap, I thought she was so nice! She's the motherfucking worst! She's the worst person I've ever met in a Dungeons & Dragons game! And I've been cruel!
Hey, that's my son.
Come on!
Ooh.
I still think the gnome is fun.
Sus
I've
boys.
been the gnome too.
So are we leaving?
Well,
I
if
look to call before I leave. We should go.
I think Core looks.
Oliver's looking at both of you at this point.
Yeah, Core looks uncomfortable, but he's gonna go with Jade. And on the way out, he's just gonna like pat Jade's arm and say, "I'll always aid and abet you, my friend," and just keeps walking.
Wait. Where are you guys going?
It's better if you don't know.
Oliver, come here. We have to finish eating dinner. Hey,
I
can
don't look back. I leave with Cloud.
Alright, you guys leave. Cora, I'm guessing you follow?
Oh yeah, Core was already leaving. He
Alright.
was very, very uncomfortable in that situation for a reason nobody knows.
Of course.
Well, that was some fun energy. Ooh. Cloud is very...
Now I'm even happier that I ran away with him. Holy crap.
He looks kind of defeated in a way. As you guys are walking away.
So we're keeping.
Glad, anything you want to tell us? We waited all day to take you to your sister's house.
Yeah, I think I don't want to go into too much personal history, but I had a feeling my sister might not like me.
That could have been something you told us, like, maybe 8 hours ago.
Well, I mean that's true, but I mean, honestly, I didn't expect this. I thought she would have been a lot more cooperative. But I understand. I don't want to burden her.
Well, now we have 2 days to save your ass before the Royal Guard shows up. So I say we put you on a boat and ship you somewhere where you can create a new family, one who does care.
What I was going to say to her, I will say to you. Cloud, there's a boat on the shore waiting.
I mean, I can't personally row out right now, but look, I know this might sound a bit strange, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I know that you haven't really interacted with, I guess, my extended family that much, but I really do care for Oliver, and I really want the best for him. But I think it's not here, not on this island.
Cloud,
Yes.
you need to make a new life. And you want to take Oliver with you, is that what you're saying?
I don't know if I can do that, but
Well,
I made
maybe if you make a new life, Oliver will choose to come with you eventually in time.
I hope so.
That sounds like a safe option.
But to do that, you have to make a new life. How much money do you have from the tavern?
I have a few thousand gold in the tavern, I think. I don't really have anything on me, personally, but
Well then,
I have a lot stashed away.
you go to your we'll take you as far as you need to go, get to your stash, buy passage on a boat, go to a different continent, change your name, and start again.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll
I've
have
never been,
Definitely.
I've never been to Capital. I hear nice things.
Don't
That's
go
great.
to Capital. You're going to the belly of the beast if you go to Capital. They're
What's
going
the
to
other
kill you
city?
on sight.
The other city? There's another city very far south of here.
Because Core's been to both of them.
Yep.
You can recommend the other city.
Okay. Yeah, the other cities, that you would know it by the name the City of Silvius. So, that's how you've heard it been referred to, at least, while you were there, in your short
Okay.
kind of escapades in both cities. They've both been very, very nice and very, very different. They have very different cultures.
Oh,
Oh!
Whoops.
Baron disappears. Baron, no! Baron fell.
Capital where to
Vanished.
Capital is definitely a lot more like, how would I describe it?
Easy to get lost in?
Yeah, it's been
Then-
around a lot longer. It's got a lot more history.
Okay. Then
I think-
actually, Cloud, go to Barrow.
Yes.
Go to Capital. Oh.
Second.
Which one is easier to get lost in? I might have misheard you.
Capital's
If,
a
like,
lot
say-
bigger. Capital is massive, and while it is the case that the Capital Guard is there in Capital, you can hide relatively easily, so long as you're
This is the
somewhat
royal
careful.
family in Capital.
Yeah, they are.
Maybe he should go the opposite way to the royal family, to a country that doesn't care about the family.
Where do you suggest I go?
There's another city.
Which city?
Did you not take geography?
I haven't known much more than small islands and stuff. You know, us Tabaxi don't really do too well in cities, long term at least. We don't really. We like to keep to ourselves, away from all the commotion.
Maybe you can start a farm somewhere on the other side of the world.
I think I might try to start another tavern. I feel like that's more down my alley.
Okay, if you don't want to lay low, but
And my passion, I love my work. But
But do you love your life as well? Is what I'm trying to establish.
yes, I do. I very much do. I think so. I have a promise I made too. And he looks kind of back. He looks forward again to Featherbeard. That I think I need to keep.
out of game. Are there any countries that aren't under like the thumb of the royal family?
Oh, that city south isn't. It's one of the
Okay.
few kind of enclaves left. There isn't anything super nearby. Where you found, it's kind of in sort of the direction where you found Jade originally. That place is not really under that jurisdiction at all. That's a lot more free-for-all than it is anything else.
Okay, I recommend that country to Cloud.
Yeah.
Good weather.
City of Silvius, kind of that general area. I haven't heard of this place, but
That's why it's good.
I'll take your word for it if that's what you see fit. I guess I don't think I
very-
have much of a future here.
Neither. I don't think you have any future if you stay longer than 2 days.
Well, that's a good point. Let's leave it at that and head on for now. I will give it some thought. I need to think about a few things, I think. And so you guys venture on throughout the night, and you make it I guess I'm guessing that since this kind of fell through, you're walking all the way north as far as you can to the town before you go past the town and towards the bandit camp, or where do you guys want to head?
I guess we're going to the bandit camp.
All right, so you make your way north, and as you're sort of walking past, like you're getting towards the northern end of the farms, where the farms are sort of ending, Ellen, are you okay? Did you choke on something?
Yeah, air.
Air?
Oh.
Oh my god, be careful. I got really worried for a second.
As we're passing through the town, can I see what's causing this?
Yeah, as you're walking through, and you sound very in character because there's a lot of smoke in the air at this point that you can kind of sense. You get a feeling that this smoke is coming from a very large fire from the town itself. And as you sort of walk through,
Okay.
and you want to, I mean, what do you guys want to do? Do you just want to walk straight into the town?
I want to go in the town.
Sure.
Sweet. Alright, you walk through, and you kind of approach, and you get through kind of most of the farmland. You see where the fire is coming from at a distance, while you're kind of surrounded by shops on the left and right. Aelin, don't die. You see in the distance, in the evening, you see a few tabaxi gathered around, but not that many. It looks like people have lost interest in whatever this fire was, but there are a few kind of onlookers. From your position, you can see that it's the tavern that's completely engulfed in flame.
Mm-hmm.
As
Wait,
in
thought.
Cloud's Tavern.
Where you were
That's
in
fine.
session 1. That tavern is half burnt down to the ground and very much aflame.
Okay,
Yep.
legit. I did a thing on my character sheet, which when Cloud told me one thing about himself, I was like, oh, I don't have to do this. Yay, I get to keep what I was going to give him. And now I think I'm going to have to give it to him. So great, going to just change that again.
I don't have any water stuff because I'm not a druid.
I want to say opposite direction quickly. Let's go. And just start rushing into the darkness away from the flames with Cloud.
Before you turn him around, he's sort of like looking with his mouth agape.
Nope. Strength check. I'm grappling him and putting him on my back.
Okay, let's do it. Do a strength check. He's gonna want to run to. Oh my god.
7
I almost.
plus Y.
Okay, he got a roll
8.
7.
8.
You grapple him.
Except I
Uh,
okay, I go.
What?
It's me. I'm like,
My tavern.
nope. Docks. Are there docks?
Docks? Yeah, they are, but you have to go towards the tavern and left.
Oh god. Nope. We'll just go far away.
So you're running back towards the farms?
He
Where
doesn't.
do
He
they-
doesn't look like Cloud though. We could, and it's dark.
What does Core look like he wants to do?
Core is
I-
ready
I
to
just-
support Jade.
What does
He's trying-
Ilya look like she wants to do?
Ilya is still assuming that the plan is to continue going on to the bandit camp.
Where is the bandit camp? Which direction do we have to go?
North past
Towards
the
or-
tavern. Past the tavern.
Right back past. Right, we run
Let's
past
make
the
a run.
tavern.
You do it. It's on your. You can kind of curve around so that you like mostly dodge the people.
Okay.
Core comes back into existence. You guys run past it. Cloud is not saying anything. He's just looking on in horror. It looks like it's been burning for a while. It's half burnt to the ground. You remember what it looked like before? Its fabulous establishment with like the ship built into it and everything. That's all gone. It's just like the base kind of first floor, rubble all over the place. It's completely burning down. The fire itself is very
Can I-
controlled. Sorry.
Can I make a perception check? Does it look like a mob or like something like that has burnt it to the ground? Or does it look like an accident?
Yeah,
Is
go
it
for it.
possible?
Roll for a perception.
7.
7? Even with a
Yeah.
7 as you're running by, because you run pretty close, despite it looking like it's been burning for hours, it looks like there are a few tabaxi around who are trying to put the fire out still.
Out.
Out. They're running
oh
to the-
shit! Oh shit! It was the hooded figure who can fireball.
There,
Okay, I
you
don't
can
say
see a few of them are running off to where you presume the docks are, and they're coming back with buckets of water. There are only a few left at this point. It looks like it would have been hours since this fire started, but I mean, there was smoke coming from in the horizon from a while ago. So it's been burning for like a good 10 hours or something at this point. But yeah, if you want, you guys just run past. You run straight into the forest.
Yep.
There's a dense forest that starts pretty
Right.
much like right after the tavern, but where do you guys want to go? How do you want to do this?
Towards the bandit camp via the docks, I think is probably a good idea.
Via the docks? The docks are in like a completely different trajectory. So you would cut across.
Then
Like if you
then
imagine like the
I'm
tavern's
following
here,
whoever.
and you're going up past the bandit camp, the docks are like down over that way.
Why are we going? Can I ask if there's a reason if we're going to the dock?
he
Or is
has
it
to go. He has to go to capital. Is he gonna come with us to the bandit camp?
You guys can take him. I don't. Was he with you the
Yeah.
first time around? I
I
don't
just
think.
don't know how.
No, I brought him.
Do we
Okay.
want to leave him at the docks?
I don't know anymore. So Jade isn't necessarily always. Well, I didn't plan him to be a leader, but it seems that he has to take point on this one. So let's take him with us to the bandits. I look at the
Let's do
docks
it.
and think, no,
Okay.
not yet, not yet like this, not like this.
No,
Yeah,
it's not
you'd have to run through a small crowd if you wanted to go through the docks. So it's probably a good idea if you want to stay kind of away from public view. So you run into the forest. You run through. You kind of vaguely remember sort of how you get to the bandit camp. You kind of trek your way through. I'm going to say that you make it there pretty much fine. You keep an eye out for the bandit camp. This dark at night, even with just your passive perception, you can see the light from the camp kind of emanating through. And you do run into a few guards on the way there. They seem to recognize most of you. And they kind of... They're startled for a second and they nod as they see you kind of approaching. And you guys run up to the camp, and you've got the main area there, and you've got the big camp where Captain Stronghead was last time in front of you. Looking around,
I
you
would
see
like to
a few
transform
beds.
back into an adult instead of a small child. I feel like it's inappropriate.
Yeah, I think when you were there, you were disguised as Orange Baron, I think. Orange-haired Baron.
Mhm.
I don't want to be Orange Baron, but okay.
I mean, it's up
No,
to you.
no, Baron was Orange Baron. I was real Baron.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So, yeah. I become real Baron.
Alright, you do this, and all the tents are lit up on the inside. It seems like if there are bandits around, aside from the ones patrolling, there aren't any kind of sitting around there. It seems like there's some minor commotion in the main tent where Captain Stronghand usually resides.
Also, just to say, Ilya's gone into like masked up mode.
All right. There aren't any guards in the camp outside of their tents. So if if you want to attract any guards, etc., or anything like that, you can do whatever, or you can just go straight up to the main tent.
Are we doing this now?
I probably need to go to bed soon.
Yeah.
We will end up very shortly. Or how soon do you need to go?
Okay. Well, if it's almost midnight for you guys, so maybe by 11. It's like 5 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
What do
Okay,
you
we
think?
can just do this last interaction and then end it there.
Okay.
All right. So you guys burst in, I'm guessing, or how do you want to do this? You knock.
File in slightly.
1 minute. You hear it coming from outside as Jade knocks, and you hear like a furious sort of scribbling of some kind, and you wait for a moment. Come in. And you walk in as you kind of part the little tent cloth, and you walk in and you see the hulking mass of a man that is Captain Stronghand, wearing nothing but a small pair of shorts and 3 swords on him. And he kind of turns around with a quill in one hand and kind of like an ink smudge on his face, and turns around. Oh, it's you! I didn't think I would be seeing you again, and your friends. What is it that you've brought? Why are you back?
Ilya offloads all 60 of the fruit.
He looks at them, his jaw like drops to the ground. How many have you brought back?
Many.
60. We need to hide these. And he pulls out like a cloth and just like covers them. We'll move these later.
Are they valuable?
They're
you?
pretty. Well, it's not me that they're valuable to, but I was tasked with bringing them back. Well, you know what? You've brought them back.
Can we ask to who?
To my superiors. What concern is it of yours?
You said you'd give us information, I think. I looked to the others.
I mean, I prefer gems for mine.
But
You know what? You went above and beyond. I didn't expect you to return with even one. Ask away. And for you, I'll get you a gem.
Thank you.
And kind of reaches into his pocket and he pulls out an actual diamond. Like a little diamond. And he kind of
yes.
chucks it in your direction. It's pretty small, but
It's a
who is valuable?
Yes, he's like, wow. +1 now.
who are your So yeah, who are your superiors? But I'm looking to Ilya and Kor because they probably know more than I do. Vis-a-vis what we should ask them. Also, I have a -1 charisma, so this is not my forte.
I have a +2.
He kind of
There
looks
we
at
go.
you and takes a deep breath. We're a secret intelligence team. Or at least, we're a subdivision of one. Indirectly, we work for the Crown.
Oh.
And we're here on... Well, I told you that we were here maybe looking for fruit and gems, but you know what? That isn't quite the full
I
truth.
keep the prestidigitation on Cloud the whole time.
Yeah, he looks very... He doesn't recognize him at all. It looks like he's just kind of panning over him. And just kind of... Yeah, he's just mostly looking at you as he's talking and the people that he recognizes. We're here on a tip. As well as on the hunt for these, although I didn't know there were this many fruits in existence.
Why do you want the fruits for your superiors?
Well, they want the fruit. I personally don't know what they're for, but I am being paid very well to find them.
Kor stays quiet about information about the tree.
Okay.
And your superiors are who exactly?
Well, the direct superiors, it's the, like I said, the secret intelligence team. That is something that I can't actually, I'm not allowed to reveal to anybody. Even
Who's
our
Lady
workers.
Valentine? Oh, who said that?
Did you mention Lady Valentine? How do you know who that is?
I don't know who that is.
And he holds his like sword hilt for a second. Who are you?
Do you know what this means? I show the mark on my arm. I don't know what this means.
At this point, it's pretty faint, so you can kind of barely make it out. And he looks at it. The mark on your no, and he kind of looks at it and he gets an idea of the shape, but he looks like he has no idea on what on earth you're talking about.
Okay, never mind. Would you say that we've gone above and beyond? You could do something for us.
Oh, for sure. Most definitely. I am very grateful. I may not show it all the time, and I definitely don't, but this is wondrous, this discovery.
I might need some discretion here. If we were perhaps to have come by something by chance that maybe the royal family was looking for,
He
and
lets
it
go of
was
his sword.
returned. This was completely by chance, of course. And if, say, this thing was returned and no harm was done, perhaps anyone involved could be let off with a warning. Would anyone have been involved in that thing, whatever it might be, going missing in the first? Just this once, seeing as we've done such a service for you. -1 charisma, help.
You can roll charisma
okay.
on this if you like.
Can I do jazz hands in the background?
Yeah, go for it.
Does that actually help?
Does that count as assisting?
Yeah, well, why not? Why
You
not?
want to take
Jazz
advantage,
hands.
or do you want me to roll?
You roll 1, I roll 1. Thank.
Go for it.
It's 22.
Oh, thank God, I got 9. Okay.
My jazz hands are very convincing.
And he looks to the side. Hold on one second. He walks kind of around to the side of the tent and makes sure that the curtain is closed, and then walks back. And he kind of sits down at his stool at the table, and he says, "We're looking for a priest."
Okay.
What can you tell us? I'm listening.
You're looking for a priest.
Yes, we.
What?
Well, this is
The name being
Calarel. He goes by.
Calarel. Well, I was barking up a slightly different tree. Can I show them the key?
You can show the key.
Yes.
He looks at it. Hold on a moment. And he kind of walks up to you. Do you mind if I have a look at this? And he kind of
Please.
grabs it and looks it over. How do you have this?
I take it back really quick. I think that we should put what you agreed in writing, then we should continue.
What is it that you want me to put into writing exactly?
You won't ask questions about how we came by this. Those involved with its disappearance will be let off winning.
I'm frankly not that concerned with how you've got it. I was just mostly asking out of curiosity. That's a pretty valuable thing to own, you know.
What does it do?
You. I mean, it's a pass, essentially. It works like a VIP pass.
VIP
To the... Well, he kind of laughs himself. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you, being that you're the bearer of this and all, but it's a key to the house, figuratively speaking, not quite literally, of the royal family. Hence my querying. I haven't seen many people own those.
Well, this key, we do not actually own it. We came into its possession by mistake, and we don't want any more involvement with it. But we also don't want any more harm to come to those who may have been involved.
I have absolutely no idea what you are referring to. I'm sorry.
So how did Tom
There
get
is
off?
a person who
Did you
is
mention a
being
tome?
searched for, named Tome
Yes.
or Cloud.
We know of both these names.
Yes, Cloud will not suffer any consequences, and we will return this to you.
Well, we're not personally here for Cloud, but as far as we've heard, he's been a suspect of a robbery. We're hearing a tip that he might not have been the one to have committed it.
What did he rob?
What did he rob?
Roll a persuasion check.
Can I assist? Because I also asked.
Yes, please.
Yeah, go for it.
Because persuasion I'm pretty good at.
11. Persuasion though. No, no.
16.
16? Kind of thinks for a bit. Look, we will have to bring this cloud into questioning at the very least. Not me. This isn't my division. This is just how I know that the guard operates. We're here on a tip about the robbery of the Royal Mint. There was quite a lot of gold stolen very recently.
Where's the Royal Mint?
It's in capital.
So then it couldn't have been Cloud. He's here running his tavern all the time. He loves that place.
I personally don't know this cloud person, Tabaxi. My apologies. I don't know who he is or what his involvement with this is, aside from the fact that he seems to be the prime suspect. There are multiple witness statements that have come out about a lone Tabaxi robbing the mint. Now,
You see,
we're here on
you
another
can't
tip.
trust what people look like, because some people, I don't know any personally, I know there are some people known to change shape. So that's not the best evidence that I've heard.
Yes, we know of these
Also,
people.
we also know where someone called Tome is.
You know where the culprit is? Is that what you're saying?
Perhaps.
You wish to give up
I
the
think.
culprit?
I think maybe. I look to the others.
Do we know where
Maybe.
Tome is?
We've been to his shop.
He was
wasn't
missing the last time you guys checked.
We can take you to where he was last, as far as we know.
Look, I'm happy that you guys are invested in this, but we personally, our division, isn't here for this Tome or Cloud or whoever it is that you're suggesting is the culprit here. We've found other evidence at the scene which seems to contradict what we may have thought before. We know that Tabaxi aren't generally magic users, and there seems to be other evidence that has been uncovered at the crime scene that seems to suggest a magic user was the one to have committed this robbery. However, this doesn't corroborate very well with the witness statements that we've collected. Now, we're here investigating on this anonymous tip. We know of a priest who's fled the temple, who matches the description of someone who might have possession of this sort of magic that we're investigating at the scene. We don't know where he is, but we have, again, anonymous evidence that he's on this island.
Would a priest perhaps wear a hooded robe?
Oh yes, of course. Silk and white hooded robes, it's very common.
Does that match the description of the robes that the hooded figure would wear?
The hooded figure would have worn similar robes to what a priest would wear, although he's wearing like very edgy emo punk dark ones.
Can I make an intelligence check to see whether I could maybe put 2 and 2 together?
Yeah, go for it, make an intelligence check.
Natural 1.
Natural 1? You have no idea who he's talking about.
I've never met this person in my life. I'm so sorry I could not help you. I know absolutely nothing. I have met a hooded figure very recently, but he appears to be more of a necromancer priest. Or a wizard.
He kind of flinches. You say necromancer. Necromancer?
Yeah.
But he can't possibly be the person you're referring to. There's absolutely no way.
He leans
Do you
forward a
have a
bit.
physical description of this person that you're looking for, apart from the fact that he wears robes? A lot of people wear robes.
You know what? I would really like to help, but there are some things I need to note and think about until the morning. I would appreciate it if you gave me some time before I came back to this. This is
Just one
Very-
more thing.
yes.
Ilya pulls out the seeds.
He kind of looks at you and looks at the seeds. Do you know what those are?
These make those.
That's what we've theorized. Are they those?
Yep. Does this by
I advise you
safe
strongly.
passage back
Just-
to place that is not this place?
I can assure you safe transportation. But you have to do one thing for me. Destroy those seeds immediately. Do not tell anyone that you found them. act ignorant if anyone asks, but destroy them.
I'm good at that.
And if anybody asks me, I haven't seen them. And I don't know what those are. But that's my
Why?
strong advice.
Okay. Ilya pockets them again.
Core feels like he's being ignored and goes in the corner.
Wait, did you say something?
My best friend Core had a question.
Yes.
Forgotten all the questions that he asked.
You, over there. What was it that you wanted to ask?
Oh no, he was just asking a couple of questions, but the last one he asked was why?
Why what?
Why do we have to destroy the seeds? Sorry, I'm not even speaking in character anymore.
If you want to stay safe, that is what I advise. Any punishment that you could face for aiding any criminal is uncomparable to what you might face if you stay in possession of those seeds for any longer.
Incomparable. I'm sorry, I've done a lot.
What did I say? Uncomparable? Heh.
That was in
Incomparable.
character.
Yes. What the tall one said. You look a bit odd.
I'm fine.
Are you sure? You look a bit pale and pasty. Are you feeling okay?
I'm okay. Yes.
Okay.
But I will confirm then that Cloud is going to be given safe passage to wherever he needs to go, considering all the information.
I'm pretty sure Cloud is the one that's suspected, and he will need to be questioned. I can't guarantee anything that would go against that order.
But you could get us safe passage, right?
Yes, I can assure that at least.
We have another friend who might want to come.
Another friend?
Yeah.
Who are you referring to?
Is that a question from Stronghand or you?
From Stronghand.
We left a mate back on the island. We want to see if he wants to come with. He could be talking about Yarrick. Nobody knows.
Okay. I think we can arrange this. But I make no promises on Cloud's behalf. Cloud is there just kind of like... Okay.
Okay, then I hope you find him, and I'm gonna say, with regards to the key, how should we proceed with it?
Take it with you.
I guess that's ours now.
You can use it to see the royal family. Why wouldn't you want it?
I'm confused, but I nod, and I will put it in my jacket loop so that it is safe.
Cool.
Oh, and you, over there, and points to Ilya. Whatever you do, don't put those seeds in your mouth.
Ha!
And with that, we'll end the session.
But why?
Why? Why?
Who knows? We'll find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, boy.
Yes. Sorry it dragged on a little bit long. Thank you guys for joining as always. Love and appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for making
Add
it.
custom item. I'm adding this key to my thing. Please tell me what I should call it.
You can call it VIP pass. That's what he's kind of described it as. It seems like, from what you talked about, he seems like he only has a very vague idea of what this key is actually.
A key that gets us into the house of the royal family.
Royal fam.
Yep. Lit.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Cool. All right.
That was so much. So
I'm content.
I have a lot of feelings about these people.
How do you feel about
Allies.
these guys?
Yeah. I don't think I like any of them. I'm like, why wouldn't the sister help the brother? Why is this dude being so annoying?
I think Paul commiserates a bit with the mother. Or he can kind of see where she's coming from for other reasons. But he's not going to say that.
Yeah, I don't see it at all. From Jade's perspective, it's like she's abandoning him, and we all know how Jade is with abandonment. Not a fan.
I think it's
Yeah,
the
valid
blood
feelings.
relations aren't always your you don't always have to stick yourself out for blood relations. They've got
Well, yes, that is. We'll get to that eventually. That
Yeah,
conversation.
Good content. I'm glad that you guys have interesting feelings towards my NPCs. I feel accomplished.
You've done
That's
all
what you
good.
want. You want the interesting feeling.
I want you to feel conflicted internally.
I always feel conflicted internally. Speaking of which, are we starting at 8? We're starting at 8 tomorrow, right?
Yep, so that's 6 my time. I should be. But if daylight savings are in fact not this next week, then I'll be 7.
Then next week. October 5th it starts.
Sure, then yeah, 8 tomorrow.
Cool.
Are you cool with this time, or is this like too late, too early? How do you feel? How are you guys with this?
For this time in this game?
Yeah, just now. I think it'll shift next game
Yeah.
by 1 hour. In which direction? Earlier, I think, for everybody? Yeah. So 1 hour
Okay.
earlier than this in both directions.
I thought it stays for us.
Yeah, it stays for us. Yeah. So
So only Emma's gonna be shifting.
Yep.
An hour earlier.
So is that cool? Is an hour earlier good for you, or is that like too inconvenient?
Yeah, that's good for me.
Hell yeah! Alright, I'm excited to see what you guys are gonna do. Capital Guard is coming soon.
Lily, I can see all the stuff you're posting on your rear board now, and I think they need to really rethink our
Wait, sorry, you can
Pinterest.
see what?
I can see everything you're posting on your rear board.
Right.
I'm just distressed. No, it's gonna be Rhea from my perspective, because if I validate you, then it's almost real.
It's an AU, Emma.
I am a neutral third party.
I gave Bran Flakes
Same.
2 children. They only have 1. Therefore, the Bran Flakes children are double the cost. I promise. Look at my caster board, and then add up the Looster pins.
Oh, oh, so real! Oh my god! Rhea! So... Oh my
I'm
gosh!
pretty sure the content is like double.
That's not as reassuring as I thought it is. Oh,
I'm
gosh.
just
I
here
want
with my math rocks.
Pinterest. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I just said I'm just here messing with my math rock.
Yeah, I am saying nothing on the matter.
Yep.
I don't know what a math lock is.
Math rock.
Oh,
rock.
right, I see.
I thought you had an actual rock with like equations. I'm an idiot. Never mind.
Domash.
Dumbass, that's me. Yep. What would you like?
Yep, make sure you hit me up when you make some good Pinterest for your NPCs.
Oh, for
So
sure.
I
Yeah.
He won't get Pinterest. You know how long I've been trying
I
to
might.
get Pinterest? We've had so many arguments about Pinterest.
So fake. I can't believe you're such a fake fan.
You cannot play D&D and not have a Pinterest.
all right. I'll create a
I'm
Pinterest.
I'm really channeling Lincoln Darkness Amnesia Raven Way.
I'll create Pinterest for them. I was planning on at some point doing like sketches for like what all the NPCs look like, but I just need some extra time. I'm
Yeah.
cutting off as of next month. At some point, I'm cutting off Wednesdays from work, so I'm not gonna be working
Good.
Wednesdays anymore.
I'm proud of you. Me time. That's what you need.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it down from like 35 to like 28 hours or something. 27? I don't know what the math is. 28.
My aim is to get 8 hours of sleep at some point next week.
Ah,
I haven't
screw
had
that.
since Pan. Nah,
I'm committed
since
to
I
my
came
early
to
death.
Japan. Oh god,
No, it'll be
I
fine.
don't like that.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check my scripts.
Yes.
Instead of-
Oh, good.
Good luck for
I'm
it.
gonna go and sleep.
All right. Thank you guys
Bye.
very much. Love you heaps.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys tomorrow, and then we'll play again in 2 weeks from now. 1 hour earlier for people who aren't affected by daylight savings, and same time for those who are.
Cool.
Yes.
But I'll also post like those freaking anxiety-ridden freaking reminders that we're starting like 11 hours from now.
Okay, that actually really helps.
It's good.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm
I
just
aspire to this level of organization.
Did Queenie have Wi-Fi problems? Do we know?
she hasn't messaged the chat, but maybe she's messaged the messenger. I'll check.
I don't know.
I'm
I don't think-
presuming that Baron is just with you guys, but we'll ask her.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
She might have just died.
Much love.
Clear.
Catch you guys soon.
Bye,
Bye.
pals. See you.
Bye.
I hate saying see you. It's what we say in Japan. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.